Negri spent almost his entire life and career in Pittsburgh, where he was widely noted for his kindness, humility, and artistic contributions. Starting today, most Pittsburgh area residents will pay more for electricity as new utility rates take effect across western Pennsylvania. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
Residential electric rates are increasing by nearly 3% in the Duquesne Light Service area, about 7% for Penn Power users, and 10% for those served by West Penn Power. State regulators say the changes reflect the cost of electricity itself, not delivery charges. With forecasters expecting a hotter than average summer and higher energy demand, the Public Utility Commission is encouraging consumers to conserve energy and contact their utility company to learn about budget billing, payment plans, and other assistance programs if they're concerned about rising summer bills. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 25 points, the NASDAQ is down 39 points, and the S&P is down 5 points. KDKA Sports, the Pirates are off today. They start a series in Houston tomorrow at 8:10. KDKA Radio News Time is 10:03. It is 59 degrees and mostly sunny in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast is next.
When you need to know, depend on the news leader. At home, in your car, or at work. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM, AM 1020, and KDKARadio.com.
Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978, is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 20% and get financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
See website for details. BillsHappen.com is not a lender. It does not make credit decisions. Must be 18 years old. Not available in all states.
Honey, everything is so expensive, and our bills are piling up.
You're telling me credit cards are maxed out, rent is due, and the car payment's right around the corner? We need some extra cash.
We should do what my friend from work did. She went to BillsHappen.com and got the money she needed the next day.
Our credit is not great. Are you sure that would work for us?
BillsHappen.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with all credit types get up to $5,000.
Sounds like it's going to be a hassle.
My friend said it was super easy. She did it right from her phone during her lunch break.
If you have a regular source of income, you can be approved for a loan for up to $5,000, and your cash can hit your bank account the next day. BillsHappen.com's lenders have millions of dollars to lend, regardless of your credit history.
Guess what? I went to BillsHappen.com, and we're getting our money tomorrow.
Wow, that's fast. Problem solved.
If you need extra cash, go to BillsHappen.com. That's BillsHappen.com. BillsHappen.com.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
All right, Marty, what's up is the rush hour has finally eased off. It was a busy Monday morning, but now we just have some minor slowdowns for folks. The Parkway West even trying to do so, backing just right around to that runaway truck sand pile before the inbound Fort Pitt Tunnel. Still a little bit sluggish getting up onto the outbound lower deck of the Fort Pitt Bridge, but once you do so, it's smooth sailing all the way out to the airport on the Parkway West. Parkway East inbound, just a little bit slow go for you. Approaching the Squirrel Hill tunnels. 28 southbound is a good ride down past Etna, Millvale, the 40th and 31st Street bridges, and the Parkway North. I-279 is rolling well. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, sunshine will give way to some clouds, our high 75, then partly cloudy tonight, low 54. Pleasant tomorrow with more sun than clouds, high 75. Wednesday, mostly sunny, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
What's up? Ba-da-da, Monday morning. What? Okay. I saw Barry Manilow this morning on Good Morning America. Insanely successful singer, entertainer. He's 82. This kind of had me having flashbacks about having stage 4 cancer. He had lung cancer, had to have like half his lung removed. Seriously. And he survived, and he's actually alive and pretty healthy. And, I think we all have different chances to have perspective in life and appreciate what matters. As trite as that sounds, man, when you're that sick, taking a breath is kind of cool. And he was complaining, and I mean this, and I guess this happens. He was complaining that he couldn't sing. I wanted to text him. If I had the authority, say, my man, you're alive. You're 82, bro. You know how many people die from lung cancer every year? I'm just suggesting that. How thick does your steak have to be? He's had a pretty damn thick steak. And we all want to do stuff that we couldn't do before, but we all want to live. And all I'm suggesting is that we should all be grateful that we're alive. Because I am. And I think about it every day. I just do. I celebrated my anniversary with my wife, 23 years, and I thought I'd probably be dead without her. She kept me alive. And I was with my man Patrick and his wife on Saturday night because he's leaving. We were having this really cool dinner at Adobe in Oakmont. Is that what it's called? Abode. Not Adobe, Abode. Fantastic food if you get the chance. And I said, my wife is my unicorn, the most significant person I've ever met in my life. And I was thinking about Barry Manilow. Who does he have to take care of him? Someone to squeeze their hand when he feels like he's going to die. I don't know. And sometimes I get philosophical because I can. And I think a lot of folks appreciate it because we all do. And that the truth of the matter is that I choose life. Okay? Look, there were times when, and there were times still, and Patrick knows this better than anyone, when I cannot talk. But man, I'm alive. You know what I'm saying there, Chief? I'm alive. And sometimes I get resentful. I see this data out there. There was a breaking news story on ABC this morning about pancreatic cancer, some new treatment, and the survival rate is blowing up. I resented that. I did. In full disclosure. And I'll tell you why I resented it, because my sister's dead. And I know that's selfish, and I know that's all about me, but so what? My sister's dead, and she died from pancreatic cancer. And every time I hear a story about this breakthrough, I get hacked off. We want to live, is my point. And anyone out there that's held someone's hand as they die, as I did with my father, my mother, and my sister, watched them die and thought their last breath, I was looking at them. My point is, you got to appreciate life, man, and appreciate the moments you have with your life, and understand the value of the people in your life that love you. Because if you don't, hell with you, man. The rest of this stuff, the thing about us that's significant on this show is we are blessed with a platform that allows us to make a difference. I have mentioned several times that we're putting together an opportunity to create a fund, a very large fund to help as many people as we can, and that's why we're here, to make a difference. We also raise hell, and we raise hell to draw attention. And I'm going to use two examples. I get pushback that posting a video of a young black man urinating in the bushes on Grandview Avenue is racist. How the hell is that racist? I'm trying to get to that. He's a young black man who's urinating in the bushes on Grandview in public, and I get pushback that that's racist. No, it's illegal. It never crosses our minds, is the guy white or black who's urinating in the bushes. The people that we've had defecating on the streets, we never thought, is it white or black? And stop with the ridiculous notion of, where else is he supposed to go? In a bathroom. In a bathroom. And stop with the ridiculous notion of, Marty Griffin loves posting these. Damn tootin' I do. I'm going to post them till you stop. I'm going to post them till you stop. And that's the truth. We're here to raise hell. And when you raise hell, you draw attention. When you draw attention, people arrive and make a difference. That's it. Bottom line. It's not about race, color, creed. It's not about anything but making a damn difference. If you don't like it, okay. But this crap that, if you look at the posting, and it's gone viral, because Grandview Avenue has turned into this joke. These idiots on those crotch rockets go up there at night and they race, and then the other idiots do spin-outs in the middle of the street at 2 in the morning. So you've taken this beautiful, beautiful neighborhood and this beautiful, beautiful view, and you've turned it into the moron passage. And now people are afraid to go up there. People are afraid that live there. And now this jag off decides he's going to use the bathroom in someone's front yard in their bushes, and somehow we're racist. No. No, it's a problem that needs to be addressed. And the folks out there reached out and said, help us address this, and this is how we're going to do it. We're going to point it out. The house is on fire. You show the flame and say, look, the house is on fire. Put out the damn fire. The magnificence of having this platform is the ability to make change. If you don't like us drawing attention to problems, go away. Mr. Rogers is in reruns. SpongeBob has regular episodes that you can watch on a daily basis. And that's the damn truth. Meantime, if there's a problem, we're going to point it out. If someone needs help, we're going to help them. That's the way it is. And all along the way, we will, and I hope you will, covet the people who love you, who are willing to step out there for you and take care of you, and appreciate the fact, honestly, for anyone that's been through cancer or diabetes or some massive stroke and is alive, appreciate that fact. Every single breath you take, appreciate the hell out of it, because it's an amazing experience to live this way. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Oh, what's up, Marty? It's pretty light out there. No major traffic troubles or issues, and it gives us a chance to head to the construction file, which is busy already this week with new projects. So this is part of a project that's already kind of underway, but it's a new layer to it. So your outbound high occupancy vehicle lanes, the HOV lanes on 579 and 279, are going to be closing a bit early each night. This kicked off last night, and it runs through this Thursday, the 4th. So as they're working at that Jacks Run Road Bridge, they want to close the HOV lanes on the outbound or northern direction each night around 7 until they make the switch for the inbound morning rush hour. So otherwise, your HOVs are going to have the normal schedule. Just know that they'll be closing outbound each night around 7. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I went to a fabulous graduation party, high school. The family had 2 bespoke, handmade, custom-made Oakmont cakes. Man, to the family specs. Beautiful. Handmade cookies with the kid's name. Handmade everything. Cupcakes, you name it. All of it made to the family's desire. This is what I love about Oakmont. They do it for you. It's amazing. Everything is delicious.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, folks, appliances are big purchases. Mistakes can quickly become expensive. That's why I recommend Voss TV and Appliance. Family-owned since 1960. Pittsburghers have trusted Voss for decades because they do right by people. The Voss family and their entire team are experts who know appliances and TVs inside and out and provide helpful advice before, during, and after your purchase. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance. The lowest prices, guaranteed.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM in AM 1020. KDKA.
You want to make a difference? I know you do. Let's do it today. Something very cool happening in Harrisburg that could change the way our kids learn. It's that important. And Mandy Steele has been front and center in pushing this ball down the road, and there's a big vote today, and she's on the phone. Representative Steele. Hi, Mandy. How are you?
Hi, Marty. I'm doing great.
This is important stuff, isn't it?
It sure is.
Explain to our listeners what this means and what's happening today.
You know, Pennsylvania, the reality is that we, like all the other states in this country, we've got a massive public health crisis on our hands. And I am choosing to use very strong words because, in fact, it is truly a crisis. Children are, because of unfettered access to screens, their academic performance is down. Their mental health is suffering. They are obese. They are depressed. Rates of hospitalization for children are way up. And we have research that is robust and abundant, and we've got to do something about it. And so my bill today that we will vote on in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives would state that in public school, a child cannot have unfettered access to that cell phone. They need to be stored and turned off for the day.
I love it. I mean, I love it. It's important. These phones are fine. They're a miracle to all of us, and I use the hell out of them as you do, Mandy. But at the end of the day, they're a tool that we can use at times, but not all day long. And kids are doing weird stuff on them during class, and it's detrimental to their mental health and to their grades, quite frankly, isn't it?
It sure is. And, you know, one thing that we really need to keep in mind is that the United States Constitution, the big one, the big Constitution, gives primary authority for public health to the state legislatures, okay? So this is our responsibility as members of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and the Pennsylvania Senate and our governor, who have called for this bill to reach his desk. He wants to sign this into law because he understands acutely that this is our responsibility to take action when faced with a public health crisis of this magnitude.
Mandy, the Senate passed it already, right?
The Senate passed their version of the bill. I have my own version of the bill. So there's a version that came out of the Senate that is authored by Senator Devlin Robinson, who is a Republican. And I've got a bill coming out of the House, and I'm a Democrat. And what's really great about that is that reflects that this is truly not a partisan issue. I hear from Republicans and Democrats equally who are observing how children are experiencing childhood and who can see very clearly that something is wrong and something needs to be done. So this really spans the aisle in a big way. And it's wonderful to work on issues that span the aisle because, most people have a whole lot of common ground, even though many want to believe that we are polarized and at each other's throats. My experience representing a purple district in a purple state is that we have much more in common than we don't.
Check this out. My 23rd wedding anniversary was yesterday, and I'm telling you this because I won't get to 24 unless this passes, because this is because my wife, and this is kind of her baby. So you got to get this done to get me to 24. Can you do that, Mandy?
I think we may be able to help you out, Marty. And your wife should be commended. She's taken a leadership role on this issue. And frankly, it was, this movement was driven by parents.
It was.
But especially by mothers.
It was.
Who really see warning signs in their children and their children's peers and were compelled to take action. And I stand with them and in great admiration of all the work and team effort that went into these bills.
Hey, Mandy, what's the difference between the two bills? Can you rectify the differences quickly? Right?
We did. So we wanted to. So my bill, the primary difference was that Senator Robinson's bill did not require the schools to store the phones. So the phones have to be off and away for the day. My bill went a little farther, and it required the schools to keep the phone all day. So we really wanted to strike a compromise that felt good to a lot of people, and so we amended the bills to be identical. So they are both what is called a bell-to-bell bill.
Yeah,
that means no access from the first bell to the last bell of the day.
Hey, anyone, can we call our leaders? Can people call their state leaders to get this passed today, or is this a no-brainer? Does this happen with ease?
We will not have a unanimous vote today. So if you are willing and able to make a phone call to your state representative, I would ask that you please do that if you support this, if you see that this is obviously something that we need to do to protect children and the future of this country. My gosh, if we're not doing right by our kids, the future's not going to be so great. We have to do this. We've got to protect these kids. And frankly, it's the first step in a long series of steps that we need to take to protect these kids from overuse of screens that is harming their brains, period.
Hey, Mandy, I have 3 kids and they whine. You hear this every time my wife discusses this. Are your kids cool with this?
Well, I have 4 kids, and I've heard my fair share of whining.
Yes.
But
yes,
I will say this. Every once in a while, I will not nudge them about being on a screen. I'll let them go a little longer than they should. And you know what they say to me after a while? Mom, I don't feel good. I think I was on my screen too long. And then we have a conversation. Yeah, you don't feel good because it's hurting you. Here's why. Here's how to change
I'm the
that.
same way.
And also, you know what I tell them? And I make a point of bringing school groups from my district all the time to the Capitol. I bring these kids here to see what goes on here in the Capitol because it's important. And then I pull them aside for a while and do a mock debate with them.
Oh, nice.
Where the topic is big bro tech. I mean, these big tech corporations, they are intentionally designing these products to addict your young brain for life so that they can make money on your backs. And kids don't like that. They understand that that's wrong. So have that conversation with your kids. Tell them what's really going on here. It ain't right.
Yeah. Take away their ice cream, sister. Hey, but I'm cool with it. Just like this hands-free cell phone thing. I have a problem. We need to be held accountable. Adults do, and because the cell phone is attached to my whatever, and it's been. Sometimes I think Jesus is calling. Turns out he never is, and we have to realize this, don't we, Mandy?
Yes, we do, and I'd love to hear you talk about, Marty, how you're on your phone too much, because the reality is that we all are as adults, and we're focused on kids. And we should be, but really, we do need to examine our own habits. This is not good for us either.
It isn't. All right, Mandy Stu, you're the best. Thank you.
You're the best, Marty. Talk to you. Thank you.
Making a difference. Seriously, it's why we have this show. And I'm Swear by her. From the time we met her, all she cares about is making a difference, and this is a big, big deal to happen today.
Spring storms can cause havoc. When water gets in, ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh, they get to work. 412-RECOVER, the best call to make in the worst situation.
Man, the yellow van, call ServiceMaster.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
UPMC makes a difference in lives every single day. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people.
I still remember the first time CertaPro painters did their magic in my kitchen. Professional, beautiful, no worry. Loved everything about it. So there was the next room, and even outside. And know that each CertaPro painter's business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. But hurry, time is running out. Take advantage of the spring sales event for 10% off qualifying projects through May 15th. So go with CertaPro painters.
From the Aetna Medicare studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 68 degrees and sunny at 10:30. I'm Margot Rensel. A man was arrested after stabbing a Lyft driver in the neck, police say. Around 11 p.m. Sunday, police were dispatched to I-79 near the Neville Island exit for a report of an assault. There, they found a driver with a laceration wound to the neck. The suspect in the stabbing, 31-year-old Saul Baxon, fled the scene on foot towards Coriopolis Road, where he was hit by a car. Baxon has been arrested with aggravated assault in connection with the stabbing. The Lyft driver was last said to be in stable condition. Jury selection begins today in the murder trial for a Washington County man charged in a 2022 fatal shooting in New Kensington. Larry Nix is charged with criminal homicide in connection to what prosecutors contend was a revenge killing between the Kensington Arms apartments on 11th Street. That's where a body of 31-year-old James Hayes was found with a gunshot wound to the head. Prosecutors contend Hayes attempted to shoot Nix in retaliation for a robbery days earlier. Starting today, most Pittsburgh area residents will pay more for electricity as new utility rates take effect across western Pennsylvania. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the details.
Residential electric rates are increasing by nearly 3% in the Duquesne Light Service area, about 7% for Penn Power users, and 10% for those served by West Penn Power. State regulators say the changes reflect the cost of electricity itself, not delivery charges. With forecasters expecting a hotter than average summer and higher energy demand, the Public Utility Commission is encouraging consumers to conserve energy and contact their utility company to learn about budget billing, payment plans, and other assistance programs if they're concerned about rising summer bills. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
June is the start of the annual Dog Bite Awareness Campaign by Guess Who? Your Mail Carrier. Here's ABC's Wayne Cabot.
It's no joke. Last year, a postal employee suffered more than 5,200 dog attacks. California with the most on carriers, averaging well over one a day. Dog owners, you're urged not to open the door for your carrier unless your pet is in a separate closed room. Should your dog attack a postal worker, you could be liable for medical care, replacement clothing, emotional distress, costing you many thousands of dollars. That would really bite. Wayne Cabot, ABC News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 179 points, the Nasdaq is up 11 points, and the S&P is down 4 points. KDKA Radio News Time is 10:32. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
The job surge in 2026 can be a case of AI talking to AI, and it's leaving humans frustrated. Employers have to sift through AI-generated resumes.
It's hard for employers to distinguish from, an AI-generated resume and authentic, real experience.
Michelle Reisdorf of the Robert Half Company says your human qualities like networking will stand out. I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Julian Gray has become so important to the friends in my life that need help. One of my close friends, her husband has dementia, and he's young, just turned 60, and she wanted to protect their estate. Julian Gray set it up. She called me last night crying. He saved her, she said. Julian Gray. Protect your estate. GrayOuterLaw.com. GrayOuterLaw.com.
Order for Jennifer C. Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine? Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Oh, really? That's great. Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Yeah, you just said that. Did you say I just said that? Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is the Parkway West and its residual delays from the rush hour, kind of doing that fluctuation thing. So earlier it had looked like the rush hour was easing off, and now we're back with some slowdowns for you. Mid-morning, you're getting in line right around the top of Green Tree Hill as you try to fit to and through those Fort Pitt tunnels. Wanted to give you a reminder about some bridge washing projects that are kicking off in Beaver County, various bridges in Vanport, Brighton, and Chippewa townships. You could have several of the I-76 bridges. So that's the 376 bridges, rather, the Beaver Valley Expressway bridges getting lane restrictions in both directions between the Chippewa exit 31 and the Midland exit 38B, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekdays through mid-June. And again, that's kicking off today. You could also have some additional restrictions at associated ramps and intersections. So stay alert and drive cautiously. And that's the request from PennDOT. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with more and more clouds the rest of today. The high 75, partly cloudy tonight, though 54. More sun than clouds tomorrow, a delightful day, high 75, and plenty of sunshine Wednesday, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
A hell of a problem of child support in Allegheny County. If you're out there and someone owes you child support, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to throw a number at you that's going to shock you. It's well over $100 million. Oh, just in Allegheny County. It's a crazy number. And it's really difficult to collect. And it's thousands. I probably get 10 emails a week for someone wanting me to get their child support collected. And God bless them. It makes me sick, quite frankly, that people have kids and don't take care of them. I have been associated with Kevin Krause in the Sheriff's Department and even the previous sheriff for more than 20 years. And let me say this, they give a damn about this. I have met his people in the morning before sunup, and they get lists together, and they go after these men aggressively, and they throw their asses in jail. Now you're going to say, well, how can I pay child support if I'm in jail? It'll give you time to figure out how the hell you're going to pay it. And they made a significant arrest that, quite frankly, just suggests the significance of this in Krause's office and why he put so much in this. And I commend him for it because he gives a damn. And this is DeAndre Kane, former professional basketball player in Iceland, owes $100,000 in child support. Good morning, Sheriff. How are you, sir?
Good, Marty. How are you?
Before we get into this case, big picture, from the time you entered law enforcement, and including the previous sheriff, this has been something important to that department, has it not, sir? Collecting for folks who are owed.
It's very important, and we make sure to stay on top of it as a priority because, you know, the judges are going to issue terms and conditions as it relates to child support, family support, and people just outright defy it. And, yeah, we do take it seriously because, you know, there's kids and mothers that are in need. And, you know, intentional defiance, it's not acceptable, in my opinion.
And, Sheriff, to be blunt, though, sir, it's a massive problem, and it's over $100 million. And I saw your files. It's insane. You could have 100 men on duty for 100 days, and you couldn't wrap your arms around it. Right, sir?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a robust workload for us. But, again, we make it a priority to not let these types of cases just go by the wayside. And,
this case here, sir, intrigues the hell out of me for various reasons. Number one, that you give a damn, and number two, that you nabbed him. How did this go down, sir?
So, if I'm totally accurate, he's a professional basketball player in Iceland, and he owes over $100,000 in child support, and he's intentionally made it clear he has no desire to comply with any of the terms or conditions set forth by the judiciary. And we learned that he was coming in on a flight from Iceland into Pittsburgh, and my office and the Allegheny County Police Department took him into custody at the airport.
Wow. That's significant. You say he made no attempt, so he can't say, I didn't know I owe this money, sir?
When we took him into custody, he said, I have no intention on satisfying any of these court orders and his responsibility. And he was very aware, very intent about it. And, you know, when that happens, now we're in a detention stage where he goes to the Allegheny County Jail and then, you know, sees the judge the next week.
So he's in jail right now, sir?
I don't know if he's in jail actually right now.
Yeah.
I know he was taken to jail over the weekend, but I'm sure that whoever the judge that's going to approach this matter with him. It would depend on their schedule. But as of right now, I don't know if he's seen the judge yet or not.
This is the dilemma here, right, sir? They have to pay. You ask them to pay. They don't have the money to pay. And it's this crazy kind of circular conversation and legal mess, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, and I understand that people struggle to pay. I get all that.
Sure, yeah.
To have a guy just come out and say, I refuse to do it, that speaks for itself, I guess.
It does, sir. It does, sir. It says a lot. And there have been folks who did serious jail time who just said, screw you, and refused to pay. And that could happen as this case evolves. But before you go, sir, just to make sure you folks understand it, this isn't some anomaly. You make it a big, big part of the duties of your people to make these arrests.
Yeah, it's one of the core functions, and it's a priority in my office. And I have a lot of good guys and gals that do a heck of a job, and we take it seriously.
By the way, I find it fascinating that the State Department passed this information along to you. I commend them for doing that, sir. I did not know they kept up with this kind of stuff. That's pretty cool. It really is, isn't it?
It is, and it just shows another example. Law enforcement agencies work together, and
it's actually true.
Achieve the goal.
Kevin Krause, appreciate you, Sheriff. Keep it on, man.
Thanks, Marty.
All right, man. I love it. I wouldn't want to be in jail owing $100,000. I'm not defending the guy, but I promise you, he doesn't have I'm not defending him, but I promise you, when they check, he's not going to have $100,000 sitting around. We checked this morning to see what they get paid in Iceland to play basketball, because everybody thinks professional basketball and they think he's rich. Patrick, what did you find?
Yeah, it's a wide range. So anything as low as $3,000 a month, that's $36,000 a year, to $10,000 a month at a max for the stars and the veterans. So $120K max. And if you're living in Iceland, it is not cheap to live there.
This player, considered DeAndre Kane, he's 36 years old, one of the best basketball players to ever play in the City League in decades. Played on one of the best teams in America, Shenley, in 2007. Considered one of the best basketball teams and players in Western Pennsylvania history. Was a big star in college, Iowa State. First player in NCAA history to amass 2,000 career points, and played overseas on several different teams. Won the tournament championship 4 times and also $7 million in prize money. So the contention is that he has money, and they're going to get it from him to pay this child support. According to Krause, the sheriff, he said, to hell with you. I'm not paying anything. We shall see. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? It's pretty quiet out there. We do have some slowdowns still on a couple of roads, the Parkway West most notably, backing right around the Parkway Center Mall on-ramp as you try to fit through the Fort Pitt tunnels outbound toward the airport. It's a good ride. The tunnels, just a minor delay on either end of the Squirrel Hill Tunnel specifically, but we do want to remind you about an overnight closure. Kicked off last night and it goes through Thursday night, a single lane in each direction in the Squirrel Hill tunnels as electrical work is happening during your overnights. It starts at 10 p.m. and goes until 4 each morning, and so you could find slowdowns as you're traveling there. Just keep that in mind. Right now, like we said, not too tough out there, though. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Save big on a new roof during Home Genius Exterior's Memorial Day roofing sale. Get 50% off all roofing materials, then take an extra $500 off, plus 0% APR and no payments till 2027. Call now to schedule your free, no-obligation roof and attic inspection. Save big with our best offer of the year. Call Home Genius Exteriors today at 855-U-R-GENIUS. That's 855, the letter U, the letter R, GENIUS. See website for details.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's Spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company. While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richert, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Spring has sprung, and so have the insects. Win the battle with Harmony Organic Insect Control. Nothing is safer, nothing works better. Harmony is earth-friendly, 100% non-toxic, and safe for plants, people, and pets. Harmony Organic Insect Control kills spiders, aphids, mites, soil lice, millipedes, and hundreds of other garden pests. Find Harmony at participating True Value hardware stores or online at harmonyoic.com. Hello, spring. Goodbye, bugs. Thanks to Harmony Organic Insect Control.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Try and wrap your arms around this. If it's $120+ million owed in child support just in Allegheny County, imagine how much is owed in America. Worthless scumbag, loser men who have kids and want no responsibility for them. Without naming names, a woman reached out to me recently with a special needs son who had a baby with one of the most powerful billionaires in the country, and she lives here. And he won't pay her a nickel. And it's buried in insane litigation. And it boggles the mind, quite frankly, that a man who's a billionaire wouldn't want to take care of his special needs son. But this is where we're at. Grimy, scumbag, loser creeps who have the money and hide and tell women to go to hell as they struggle to pay their bills. It's the lowest of lows. It's why I commend Krause and his people for making this arrest. And by the way, this young man, this one-time famous basketball star, DeAndre Kane, is still in jail. Owes over $100,000, and according to Krause, told the Krause's people to screw off. I'm not paying a nickel. We'll see what happens. Vicky, go ahead.
Hey, good morning. I had a different outlook on this. My husband had 2 children, excuse me. One was 13 at the time. One was 13 and one was 9. Well, he had a major heart attack. I mean, major.
Yeah.
And he wasn't working, so he couldn't pay his child support.
Yeah.
And they came and took the money out of my paycheck.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Well, first of all, and I'm not trying to pick on you, and I love that you called, but first of all, when they come and take that money, there's been a process. And the process didn't happen overnight. And I hope your husband's feeling better. But you can't say he had a heart attack. That's why he can't pay years of child support. You can't. That's not how this works. And what happens is, if he don't have the money, they're coming after your money. They'll garnish your wages because you're married to him and you're both on every single bank account. And I'm not going to argue with you about this today, Vicki. I feel bad that they took your paycheck. But I don't feel bad about any man out there who makes... I'm not picking on the guy for having a heart attack. What I'm suggesting is this doesn't happen in a vacuum. It doesn't happen in an hour. It doesn't happen overnight. Many of these cases, and I've been on these raids with sheriff's deputies in the early morning in the darkness, they sit there for years. They have 8-year-old cases. They have thousands of cases. And there are countless children who don't know their dad, ever. There are countless single mothers out there who can't pay their bills. And dad had the baby with them and said, screw off. And there are many, many men who count on the fact that there are thousands of cases with the hope that they can skirt the law and never own up to their responsibility. I feel badly that they took Vicki's paycheck. She's a wonderful woman. She calls her quite a bit. I respect that. I do not buy into my husband didn't know and then he had a heart attack. I understand that. But we're not going to make him the victim here. At the end of the day, if you get into the court system and you tell them the truth, this is my income, this is what I'm willing to do, can we do that? 99% of these judges, because I know judges that do this, will accept an offer that gets the ball rolling, that gets the cash flowing. I cannot stand rich guys like the billionaire who owes child support here in Pittsburgh on his special needs son, had the mother of the baby sign an NDA, meaning she's never allowed to talk about it. So the kid languishes, and mom can't pay his bills, and dad is a multi-billionaire in Florida and has no interest in paying for his son. I find that vile, heartless, and reprehensible. I don't know this young man, this basketball player. I hope something works out where he gets out of jail. I hope something works out where they're able to get some of the $100,000 to these kids. But historically, most of these men, once you drill down on it, don't have a nickel. And sometimes men like this young man, DeAndre Kane, and I remember his career. He was an amazing, amazing basketball player. Now he's in jail, still in jail, and he's been there all weekend. He's had a lot of time to try to figure out how to get out of this, how to set something up. And I'm assuming, since he's still in jail, that he hasn't been able to make bond, which further underlines my belief that many of these men are broke. Does not take away my respect for Krause's office in their aggressive pursuit of these idiot fathers who won't pay their kids' child support. It makes me sick. It just does. Meantime, massive, massive opportunity for schools and big-time litigation filed against the players, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Do not miss this next hour. A lot of this could affect your kid. It really, really could, folks. Really, really appreciate you hanging in there.
When the weather turns bad, turn to us for the best news, weather, and traffic information from the KDKA Radio Storm Center. Presented by Duquesne Light Company. Larger than light. Online and on the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Running a small business is a daily balancing act. One late shipment, one price hike, one employee issue, and your whole month, maybe the entire year, could be in trouble. That's where LendSeek comes in.
I needed $100,000 fast to keep up with inventory demands. LendSeek had me funded the same day I applied. Between their AI platform finding the fastest deal and a dedicated funding specialist guiding the process, it couldn't have been easier.
Our AI-driven platform matches your business with the right program from over 100 funders, up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours. Don't wait until it's too late. If you've been in business at least 2 years with more than $500,000 in annual revenue, qualifying is simple. No collateral, no out-of-pocket costs, no hassle. From lines of credit, term loans to revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply in minutes at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Are your bad feet making you grumpy all day like Dan was?
I was born with a sunny disposition, but I had so much knee pain and foot pain. I wasn't that way anymore. I didn't know what to do. But then I'm driving down the street one day and my knee's hurting, and I see a Good Feet store. I thought, what do I have to lose?
Good Feet arch supports aren't just a cushion or a flimsy shoe insert. We have a system of arch supports designed to create better alignment for all 4 of your foot's arches. And the only place to get the Good Feet system is at the Good Feet store.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, I just went back to being my happy self again. My wife noticed it, my friends noticed it, even my dog noticed it. I just wish that I'd found Good Feet 20 or 30 years ago. I've got my Sonny back.
Visit us in Cranberry Township, in Robinson Town Center, in the waterfront, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 70 degrees and sunny at 11 o'clock. I'm Margot Rensel. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, 45 years of experience and thousands of 5-star reviews. Trust PJ.com. Jury selection begins today in the murder trial for a Washington County man charged in a 2022 fatal shooting in New Kensington. Larry Nix is charged with criminal homicide in connection to what prosecutors contend was a revenge killing between the Kensington Arms apartment on 11th Street. That's where the body of 31-year-old James Hayes was found with a gunshot wound to the head. Prosecutors contend Hayes attempted to shoot Nix in retaliation for a robbery days earlier. A man was arrested after stabbing a Lyft driver in the neck, police say. Around 11 p.m. Sunday, police were dispatched to I-79 near the Neville Island exit for a report of an assault. There, they found a driver with a laceration wound to the neck. The suspect in the stabbing, 31-year-old Saul Baxon, fled the scene on foot towards Coriopolis Road, where he was hit by a car. Baxon has been arrested with aggravated assault in connection with the stabbing. The Lyft driver was last said to be in stable condition. A familiar face from the neighborhood is returning to mailboxes nationwide. The U.S. Postal Service is bringing back its popular Mr. Rogers stamp. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
Beginning today, the U.S. Postal Service is bringing back its popular Mr. Rogers stamp after it won a public vote to be reissued as part of the agency's 250th anniversary celebration. The forever stamp featuring Fred Rogers and King Friday the 13th first debuted in 2018 and quickly sold out. David Newell, better known as Mr. McFeely on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, tells KDKA Radio's Larry Richard.
I was there when they revealed the Fred stamp. There was a contest, and I guess 15 or 20 other stamps, and Fred's stamp came in number one.
The reissued stamps are now available online through the USPS store and at participating post offices throughout the greater Pittsburgh area. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Enforceable citations for Pennsylvania's Paul Miller's Law will begin Friday. This law makes holding or using an interactive mobile device while driving a primary offense. Meanwhile, police can pull drivers over for this violation alone, and beginning Friday, citations will carry a $50 fine in addition to court costs and other applicable fees.
That doesn't mean you have a whole week to get all your distracted driving out of the way. This is one of the most prevalent dangers behind the wheel, distracted driving. It's one of the fastest growing ones with the ubiquity of cell phones and in-car technologies growing, and it's something that you need to address.
That's AAA's Jim Garrity. He tells the Big K Morning Show the ban remains in effect even when your vehicle is temporarily stopped in traffic, at stop signs, or at red lights. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 207 points, the Nasdaq is up 19 points, and the S&P is down 5 points. In KDKA Sports, the Pirates are off today. They start a series in Houston tomorrow at 8:10. KDKA Radio News Time is 11:03. Time to call Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman at One Health Benefits at 724-799-8873 if you recently lost your health insurance or don't have insurance through your employer. It is 70 degrees and sunny in Pittsburgh. AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast is next.
So, at Monroeville Physical, spelled F-Y-Z-I-C-A-L, they help people move with less pain and more confidence. I've seen it. In fact, Physical has helped Pittsburgh get back on its feet with confidence through personalized one-to-one physical therapy and advanced balance treatment. It's amazing. The therapists use leading technology and customized care plans, focus on balance, neuropathy, and pain relief. You get back to doing the things you love safely and confidently. Call Monroeville Physical, 412-457-8200, 412-457-8200.
A family legal matter? Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
Welcome to PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. My friend Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is on our major arteries heading into town. We just have a couple of delays. The Parkway West on the inbound ride can get a little bit sluggish for you at times as you're coming down the front side of the hill. The biggest slowdowns greet you right around the runaway truck sand pile before the inbound Fort Pitt Tunnel. Parkway East is getting heavy once again, slowing between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill tunnels. There, want to give you the big heads up about some lane restrictions on some of your favorite bridges because PennDOT is announcing some bridge washing activities on various spans in Allegheny County. This kicks off today, of course, weather permitting, which so far today it certainly is. 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. weekdays through late June is when you could find scrubbing happening on the Highland Park Bridge, with some lane restrictions on various bridges on the Boulevard of the Allies between the Liberty and Birmingham bridges in the city of Pittsburgh, and also on the Liberty Bridge ramp to the Boulevard of the Allies. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Spring, it is here, and it comes with heavy rain, high winds, storm damage. A damaged roof or fallen trees, they can quickly lead to water getting inside your home or business. The longer it sits, the worse it gets. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh, ready to go 24/7, 365. They'll respond to that emergency. Do not wait. Demand the yellow van. Call 412-RECOVER, the best call to make in a terrible situation.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and building clouds as we go into the afternoon hours. The high 75, partly cloudy tonight, though 54. More sunshine tomorrow, a delightful day, the high 75. And gorgeous for Wednesday with sunshine, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Okay, this is massive. Massive. Biggest social media platforms in the world, you name them. Instagram, Facebook, you name them. Meta, all of them. Google, you name it. Snap, TikTok, you name it. So, these school districts sued the hell out of them, saying that the platforms, the products are addictive and create this mental health crisis that drains their budgets, okay? First lawsuits are one of them filed in this small county in Kentucky, Breathitt County. Check this out, man. They won. This is big, and I'm going to tell you why. These platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snap, all of them, agreed to pay this district, $27 million. Check it out. This payment is 8 to 10% more than the entire budget for that school district in a year. Wow. Now, even more. 13 other school districts have filed similar lawsuits. Oops. This is where you put in the drum roll. This final settlement could end up being more than $400 billion. Sick. Huge. As my man Tom King says, just in Kentucky. Big chunk of cash for every single student. Tom King is in the middle of this life-changing litigation. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Marty.
You cannot understate this. You cannot overstate this. Massive, sir, is it not?
It's gigantic. I mean, the only thing comparable to this would have been the tobacco settlements, years ago.
Yes.
And they're still being paid out over years. I don't know the precise details of the payments in Kentucky, but your numbers are right. There's 1,800 kids, and they got $27 million. It's likely to be paid over a number of years. What they asked for going into that trial was they had a 15-year plan to attack addiction in kids and to overcome social media. So it could be, I don't know the exact term that this is payable over, but even over that period of years, the numbers are massive. For example, Pittsburgh's in the case, and Pittsburgh has 18,000 students. So if it was $1,000 a year for 15 years, Pittsburgh would get $18 million per year.
Whoa!
So those are big numbers.
Hey, Tom.
That's at $1,000, and it's so it'd be 1,000 times 15 would stretch it out.
And it also tells you this: they know they're wrong. Does it not, sir?
It does. I mean, they don't. The settlements are public record now. So Snap ended up paying $2 million. TikTok paid $8 million. Google paid $8 million, and Meta paid $9 million. And so, $27 million to an 1,800 student school district in rural Kentucky it certainly sets the stage for the rest of the cases. I suspect that there will be a drop dead date issued here pretty quickly. So no one who isn't in it can't get in. It's not a class action. Every district has their own case. So we have districts all over Pennsylvania and many in Western PA. So those that are in, and those that are not in are not in. So.
Hey, Tom, you filed cases as recently as Friday, did you not, sir? Tell us about it.
We did. We filed over the weekend. We had some districts reach out to us, and there's no ban yet. So we filed as recently as Saturday.
Wow.
For a couple districts out here.
Hey, Tom, how many local districts off the top of your head do you represent?
I'm not sure the exact number locally. We have 110 altogether, Marty, and so we have the intermediate units like Intermediate Unit 4, and we have Capital Intermediate Unit in Harrisburg. We have Bucks County, Chester County IUs, Blast, Lincoln IU out east.
Hey, Tom.
So we have places like Mount Lebanon are in, Seneca Valley, Butler, Morris.
Hey, Tom, do they use the money at their discretion? Is it specific? Do you know?
Not clear, not exactly clear, but I'm going to assume that it's going to be much like the Jewel cases that we settled, Marty, that you're going to need to have a program that will address the issues that were brought up in the lawsuit. So, but I mean, that can be done in a variety of ways. You know, in Jewel, there was smoking cessation programs. There was counseling. There was vape devices that the districts bought. There were health courses that were being that the finances were being offset for the districts. So there are a lot of ways to address this. This one is so broad that I think there will be a multitude of ways that districts can use this money for salaries and programs and teaching kids and helping kids get through this.
Hey, Tom, tell folks the assertion of the litigation, the damage that these platforms are alleged to have caused in schools, and obviously they're admitting now that they do.
Well, the number one allegation that everyone has made, that we've made, is addiction. That our children have become addicted through the algorithms and through the programs that these platforms have put out, and that the content of some of these programs on these platforms is so horrendous. Things like, well, I don't want to get into all the details.
It's okay.
But things like suicide, and bullying and all the stuff that's taken place. And
hey, Patrick, you follow this very closely as I do. Have you noticed any changes on the sites and how they approach kids or anything?
Not really, but I'm not in the age group where I would see it. So, and my kid is now too old to see the restrictions for like the 13 and under.
Have you seen, Tom?
Yes, we know that Snap and TikTok have started to monitor more closely and to insist on restrictions. And so I suspect that and by the way, I think Google threw into the mix coupons. And although these are cash deals, but that one of the providers, and I think it was Google, threw in coupons available to people to help overcome these addictions. So I think that's smart on their part if they did it.
And so people understand this, though. This could be hundreds of billions of dollars to districts across the country. Massive, massive settlements, sir.
Yeah, this is the first one with the schools. You know, so there were jury trials and there were verdicts in favor of the plaintiffs and against the providers in two cases, one an individual and one on behalf of some attorneys generals in New Mexico. This is the first one involving schools, and you would suspect that if you're going to settle the first one, you're going to settle the rest of them.
Oh yeah.
So the public pronouncements from these companies are that their efforts now will be directed toward trying to resolve the presently filed cases with the districts that have filed. So
they say they resolve the cases amicably and would continue to invest in stronger safeguards for their users. Let me say this.
Yeah.
People love to pick on lawyers. Without men like Tom King, this does not happen. It does not happen. Thanks, brother. Good stuff, man.
Thank you, Marty.
Life-changing.
Thanks very much.
My man.
Yes, sir.
It's important. Big-time stuff. Massive stuff. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
Now, what's up, Marty, is we are seeing actually a nice reduction in the delays as you try to use some of the tunnels to get to and through downtown Pittsburgh on various sections of 376. So the Parkway West has eased off nicely, just a minor delay as you approach that Banksville on-ramp to the inbound Fort Pitt tunnels. Parkway East is moving well inbound and outbound near those Squirrel Hill tunnels. Where you could find some slowdowns, though, are on Route 30 Ardmore Boulevard as you try to access the Parkway. And that's because Ardmore Boulevard is getting a single lane closure in each direction during daylight hours, so 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This one kicked off today between Morrow Road and Brinton Road, where it slips underneath the Parkway East. And then they could also do some closures weeknights from 6 p.m. until 6 a.m. through the spring of 2028. This as they put some paint containment structures in place underneath the Parkway East there. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Really smart. Unfortunately, I didn't check if I took the gas hose out of my car's tank. Ooh, not smart. And I drove off while still attached to pump number 3.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Potential savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Here's what makes Carlos with Greater Pitt Tree Service magnificent. 82-year-old woman, massive tree down, can't afford to have it removed. Carlos removes it because he cares about her. He cares about people. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Amazing work ethic. Amazing professionalism. Amazing pricing. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-8733. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service. Amazing company.
Shopping for replacement windows? Metropolitan Window Company elevates your shopping experience.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you'll experience personalized knowledge, expertise, and professionalism from our first visit to your home until our craftsmen complete your installation.
We're the window company that people want in their homes, and our exclusive Infinity by Marvin 100% fiberglass windows are the windows people love.
They're built for life. They are the strongest, longest-lasting windows you can buy.
And we have a great selection of colors and finishes. Experience Metropolitan Window Company. Stop by our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at
412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Not lost in what he said, that these could be as big as the tobacco lawsuit settlements, as big as the asbestos settlements. A lot of folks are texting me hoping the districts don't waste the money. Couldn't agree more. Like cities did with the COVID money, quite frankly. The question I get asked all the time about Gainey and the Gainey administration, what happened to $300 million? And if districts are going to be handed tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, I hope they use it to educate kids and make a difference. This trial in Kentucky, these companies agreed that they agreed that their platforms cause emotional distress. Check this out. 2 different cases. A case went to trial in L.A., found Meta and YouTube liable for harming a 20-year-old woman who claimed her addiction caused severe emotional distress. $6 million. It's a $2 trillion business. But what that did was open the floodgates for this. Check this out. Same month, a jury in New Mexico ordered Meta, which is Facebook in essence, to pay $375 million. How about that? In damages for failing to protect children from online harms. It's massive. I was intrigued to find out that Mount Lebanon was involved. It'd be interesting to see how much money these local districts get and how they will spend it. The school in Kentucky had asked for more than $60 million to finance mental health programs tied to excessive student social media use. All right. The superintendent in that district estimates he spends 20% of his time handling social media related concerns. Patrick, we have, you have, I have lived this.
Yep.
This landscape of social media is dangerous as hell for kids.
It is. There are landmines everywhere for kids, whether it's predators, scammers, you name it.
Sites are set up, these chat sites, and now they're going after ChatGPT, I see. So they reach out to young boys, and they start a conversation they believe to be with a woman, an attractive woman. At some point along the way, the attractive woman, which isn't, asks them for personal pictures. Right, Patrick? We've seen this.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they turn around and blackmail them.
And the boys send them pictures of their privates. This is happening every single day, is it not?
It is. And it's actually happening to all genders. They're doing this to boys, to girls, everybody.
Wall Street Journal profiled 3 boys who killed themselves after they got sucked into this. There were cases locally. One high-profile case where a young student was running a scam like this and sucking boys into this process through social media. It's deadly, man.
It is. Between that and the online bullying between other kids and even some of these fake people who are out there.
My man Dave, my man Dave, who I love him to death. He says this, it is, but where is the parental responsibility to monitor their child online? Good luck with that 24 hours a day. I love you, Dave, but this is a wild dog unleashed on the streets. If you run from it, you might not get bit, but most of the time you do. Our kids cannot be supervised by us 24 hours a day. This is why the schools got involved. My kids have seen this live. Hey, a father called me and said his son was shown online porn by fellow classmates in the 5th grade. Okay? Mount Lebanon police have investigated this chat GPT stuff where they lure these young boys into these death spirals by asking them to send personal pics. I get it, Dave. We have to monitor our kids' activities. And there are apps that do that. You can find out where they're at, how long they're online, all those things. But my man, that's like saying, let's make heroin and cocaine legal because it's up to parents to monitor that. At some point, sir, we have to take responsibility, yes. But at some point, these companies have to know the influence they have on our kids. and they have to put controls in place. It's an insanely powerful tool. A day does not go by when I have to stop my kids, or my wife does, from online crap. This is a big step. This is a $2 trillion business. Massive, massive influence on our kids. This is a good sign that they're going to be checked. And it's about damn time.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. We now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, folks, it's Marty. Look, with Medicare, this is important stuff, and there's never one size fits all. That's the beauty of MediConnect. So I love the company. The folks at MediConnect, they'll sit down with you in your home or in the office, anywhere you wish, to answer Medicare questions and compare plans with your current situation. There is never, ever a fee for their services. And they got 70 different plans. Medicare made simple. MediConnect, 888-818-6334.
Order for Jennifer C. Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine? Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Oh, really? That's great. Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Yeah, you just said that. Did you say I just said that? Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
From the Aetna Medicare studio.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 72 degrees and sunny at 11:30. I'm Margot Renzel. A man was arrested after stabbing a Lyft driver in the neck, police say. Around 11 p.m. Sunday, police were dispatched to I-79 near the Neville Island exit for a report of an assault. There, they found a driver with a laceration wound to the neck. The suspect in the stabbing, 31-year-old Saul Baxon, fled the scene on foot towards Coriopolis Road, where he was hit by a car. Baxon has been arrested with aggravated assault in connection with the stabbing. The Lyft driver was last said to be in stable condition. State Representative Mandy Steele says allowing unfettered access to cell phones in the classroom has led to a massive public health crisis in this country. Her bill, which would ban such access to phones in schools, will be voted on today in the PA House of Representatives. She tells Marty Griffin on KDKA.
A crisis. Children are, because of unfettered access to screens, their academic performance is down. Their mental health is suffering. They are obese. They are depressed. Rates of hospitalization for children are way up.
She says the initiative has broad support, including backing from Governor Josh Shapiro. Starting today, most Pittsburgh area residents will pay more for electricity as new utility rates take effect across western Pennsylvania. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
Residential electric rates are increasing by nearly 3% in the Duquesne Light Service area, about 7% for Penn Power users, and 10% for those served by West Penn Power. State regulators say the changes reflect the cost of electricity itself, not delivery charges. With forecasters expecting a hotter than average summer and higher energy demand, the Public Utility Commission is encouraging consumers to conserve energy and contact their utility company to learn about budget billing, payment plans, and other assistance programs if they're concerned about rising summer bills. Tamira Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Plans to convert the former FOP headquarters into a halfway house have been withdrawn. More from News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
On Facebook, Kim Salinestro's district announced that Dismas Charities has withdrawn its application to convert the Banksville Road building into a custodial care home. The decision may have been anticlimactic after the Planning Commission voted in early May against the plans. The proposed center, which would have housed 100 federal inmates, met with stiff opposition from community groups as well. They raised concerns about the safety of students at nearby Banksville Elementary in the event someone should escape. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 100 points, the Nasdaq is up 78 points, and the S&P is up 6 points. KDKA Radio News Time is 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
The amount of compensation received from a lung cancer or mesothelioma lawsuit varies. But at Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky & White, the goal is simple. Maximize your recovery and ensure you receive the full compensation you deserve. Asbestos manufacturers spent decades concealing the dangers of asbestos exposure, and today, many suffering from lung cancer or mesothelioma are fighting back. You are not alone in this fight. Call GPW today at 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Know what they're doing. You want to feel good. That's why Serta Pro Painters and me have gotten along for more than a decade. Hi, this is Larry Richard. Take advantage of getting the most professional job you can and know that each Serta Pro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your pre-estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Serta with a C, and take advantage of the spring sales event for 10% off qualifying projects through May 15th before time runs out.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 9 plant protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 mushroom coffee sticks. And now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text RADIO to 64,000. Text RADIO to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's RADIO to 64,000.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty? Things are doing pretty well out there as we look out live with the PennDOT cameras. Just a minor delay heading outbound or eastbound on 376, approaching the Squirrel Hill tunnels, and inbound, same kind of story between Edgewood Swissvale and the tunnels. Wanted to give you the heads up about a new milling and paving operation that's hitting in South Park Township and just kicking off tonight through the rest of the week during your overnights, weather permitting. A single alternating lane of traffic will happen on Broughton Road between Horning Road and Brownsville Road. As crews do their work, you'll find those restrictions and slowdowns from 7 p.m. until 5 the following morning each night. And again, that's for milling and paving, weather permitting. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, sunshine will give way to some clouds, our high 75, then partly cloudy tonight, low 54. Pleasant tomorrow with more sun than clouds, high 75. Wednesday, mostly sunny, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
Pittsburgh. Heard from Mandy Steele about an hour and a half ago. State leaders leading the way, bipartisan efforts. She's a Dem. Devlin Robinson's a Republican, doing a hell of a job trying to get this legislation signed by the governor. Bell to bell, no phones in schools. How about that? Love it. Devlin Robinson led the way from day one. How are you, Senator?
Good, Marty. How are you?
First of all, my wife said I have to thank you, or I had my 23rd anniversary yesterday. I won't get to 24 unless she gets credit for all this. Are we cool with that?
That's right. She's actually the one that started it. I've been saying that all along. I think it was at a retirement party that I met her, and she told me how important it was and that she'd like to get me on board. And how do you say no to Christine Sorensen?
Right on, brother. Kind of sum it up for us, why this is important and what's happening today that's relevant to this.
Well, after Christine had told me about it, I kind of did some research and was talking to a lot of my constituents. And, those constituents were parents that were concerned that their kids are spending too much time on their phone, that, they were able to police and discipline the phone usage whenever the kids were at their house, but they noticed that they were getting a lot of screen time whenever they would go to school, and they could not, implement their household policies on school grounds. And then you start talking to a lot of the teachers, and they were saying that one of the biggest issues with students today is that they're on their phones in the classroom instead of paying attention to the teachers and the instruction. So there was a lot of research that was done by a guy named Haidt. And, as I was reading and researching, a lot of the problems that, people are talking about are prevalent in the younger children in society today.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these mental health issues, a lot of the attention deficit issues really started coming about at the advent of the cell phone, around 2012. A lot of the body issues that young girls were dealing with, really started taking off whenever the front-facing camera was introduced in 2012. So, you started realizing that while the cell phone is a great tool, there's a lot of unintended consequences that have come forth from it. So we've got to sit there and we've got to constantly be regulating, and we've got to know what's happening in our society, especially with our children, and develop laws to be able to start using these tools responsibly.
Senator, how we had Mandy Steele on. I know she loves you and works with you on this stuff. What's the difference between yours and hers? Is there a difference?
Well, this is the legislative process. Right. I'm in the Senate. She's in the House. Right. She's Democrat. I'm Republican. Right. So we're trying to come up with a bill and come up with amendments to make sure that everybody can be happy and pass something that is just usable in our school districts.
It's going to happen, though, right? I'm feeling it, aren't you?
I'm feeling it. I'm knocking on wood. I'm hoping that we can get this done.
I text you, and you always respond, but it's not immediate, and that's a compliment. It tells me that you're not obsessed with your phone. Is that fair or unfair?
That's right.
Is that true?
That's right. That's true. I turned off the notifications for everything except for phone calls. So, I started noticing that if I would kind of look at text messages and then put it back in my pocket and saying, well, I'll get back to you, I would forget about it. So I kind of wait until I have enough time to devote to reading all my text messages and responding to them.
And so my point is, we all get this addiction thing. All of us, sir. It sucks you in, doesn't it, sir?
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
And quite frankly, this all ties into a massive settlement with some of these platforms, including TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, to a school district in Kentucky that admitted, these platforms admitted they cause mental health issues with kids. And they're signing massive checks. It could mean $400 billion, including a lot of money for schools in Pennsylvania. What all of this ends up saying, sir, is we better get a handle on these cell phones, right?
Right, and that's what, a lot of people are comparing the epidemic of these cell phones are like the cigarettes of our parents' generation. Cigarettes were prevalent. I remember my father would talk about there was a smoke pit in his high school where the students who smoked could actually go out and have a cigarette. He was in the Marines as well, and in the Marine boot camp, that if you smoked, you were able to go out and have a cigarette during boot camp, and that's the most surprising to me as a Marine. But that just goes to show you that it was part of everyday life, and nobody really knew the consequences until later. And it was finally when those the negative side effects came to light, there was legislation that followed, and we're better off for it. And that's what's going to happen with these cell phones.
Your brother is a wonderful police sergeant, and he's kind of at the focal point of a lot of stuff happening in the South Side. And my point is, I know this because I've talked to him. People bombard him with text messages all day and all night. Has he tried to manage it at all, sir?
Oh, well, I guess you're going to have to ask him, because I may be one of those people that are bombarding him with text messages as
That's
well.
True.
So
that's true.
I don't know.
but all of us, though, because I've had to do this, man. If it's in my car, I got to put it away from me, because I'm always thinking, that's the next call. I got to get that. And if you feel it vibrate in your pocket, oh no, what is that? It's not a good habit, is it, sir?
Right, and that's it's driving anxiety. I don't know what it is.
It is.
When I'm getting the vibrations during meetings, then I don't want to look like I'm being disrespectful to the person that I'm in a meeting with by checking to see who it is. But at the end of the day, remember, if it's just a text message, people also understand that you're not going to get back to them right away. If you really need me, if it's an emergency, you'll give me a call.
And you know what's fascinating, Senator? Our kids watch us, and I tell my wife this because we both think we're very important, so we always think some important person wants to get in touch with us because we're important. Well, they watch that. And so when we call them on it, they say, hey, Dad, put your phone down. In other words, we lead by example, sir, do we not?
It's so true. There was a high school class that came up to the Capitol. Maybe I shouldn't be telling this story, but you can sit up in the gallery. It's open to the public, and then you look down on the floor of the Senate. And those high school kids, they said, "Hey, there was a lot of senators we noticed on their cell phones during session." And and I had to say, "Oh, well, of course we were working on our cell phones. We were using that for work." But you don't know what every senator was actually doing on their phones.
Senator, if we can help in any way, man, appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're always helping by getting the word out, Marty. Thank you.
All right, my man. I was at dinner on Saturday night with my man Patrick at a restaurant called Abode. It's in Oakmont. The point is, I look across the restaurant, and there's a whole family. It's a mother, father, and 2 kids. And they spent the entire meal on their cell phones. I honestly can't imagine when families decide that this is how they're going to live their lives. I saw a couple. Now think about you're on a date. In these couples, as soon as they sit down, they pull out the cell phone and spend the entire night looking at stupid, idiotic pictures on Instagram while they're supposed to be having a conversation. We lead by example. Our kids watch us. They do everything we do. Just saying. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellen, what's up?
What's up, Marty, is the delays approaching the Fort Pitt and Squirrel Hill tunnels are minor at this point, so that's some good news for you. If you're trying to travel into downtown, trying to travel through Shaler Township, need to give you a heads up. We've just gotten reports of an accident in the 1500 block of William Flynn Highway. That's Route 8, and it's reportedly near the intersection with Spencer Lane Extended. So do watch out for that as crews are rolling up on scene there. A reminder that the crews will be closing the outbound HOV lanes for I-279 and 579 during your overnights. This is all related to the project with the Jacks Run Road Bridge demolition that's coming up later this month. So Sunday nights through Thursday nights this week, you will have that closure from 7 p.m. until they reopen the HOV lanes the following morning. Just keep that in mind. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellen Gamble on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Listen to the Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen, with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost. Actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof, NASCO, they get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO, 412-373-2000. Hey, folks, it's Marty. In my Get Marty segments, I hear from people all the time that have issues with debt. Check this out. If you're having problems with your debt, my friend Harold Shepley can help you right now.
Absolutely. We are a full-service debt relief law firm. We can help you negotiate your debt so you can avoid bankruptcy, or we can file bankruptcy if that's what's necessary for you and your family.
And the truth is, my man, it's not a hopeless situation.
Absolutely not. We're here to get people back on their feet.
I've seen them win, case after case after case. ShepleyLaw.com.
Get everything you need for the entire job delivered. From lumber to drywall, flooring, and fixtures, get it all delivered from the Home Depot. With same day, next day, or any day delivery. Staying on track and on time is crucial to your job. That's why it's our job to get you what you need when you need it. We deliver the supplies. You deliver the results. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions in Wexford. I am so excited for the opening of my second Hunter Douglas gallery. 3150 Washington Road in McMurray is where your journey to beautiful window treatments begins. Call 1-888-952-NEST or simply book a free shop-at-home consultation at nestexpressions.com. PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Burgo Capital has entered the Louisville, Kentucky market with the acquisition of The Views at Crescent Hill. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. Burgo, based on Pittsburgh North Side, was founded in 2012. The vertically integrated real estate and private equity firm is focused on affordable multifamily housing in cities in America's heartland, including Buffalo, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, as well as Pittsburgh. Also, a Goodlander Cocktail Brewery announced it will close its taproom doors in June. The business first opened at 6614 Hamilton Avenue in 2021 and offered a variety of craft cocktails and spirits. After nearly 5 years in the East End, Goodlander announced on social media the taproom's last day will be Saturday, June 6th. The announcement also states that this is not goodbye, it's a see you later, and that it will share the next steps once they close this version of Goodlander and begin the next one. When reached, a representative for Goodlander declined further comment, but reiterated that the business would evolve into a new iteration after the taproom closed. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I wouldn't go on a date with someone who's going to spend the whole date on their cell phone. I wouldn't do it. I watched a couple, went to this restaurant called Mullet's. It's in Mount Lebanon. I think Mullet's the name of a family. It's irrelevant. It's a wonderful bar, a great sandwich and stuff like that. That's also irrelevant, but just wanted to point that out. And couple sits down, they're married. I can see by their rings. I'm like that. I'm very kind of nebby. And from the moment they sat down, the wife, guy's wife, was on her cell phone the whole meal. And it shouldn't aggravate me, but it does. I'm not, that's not happening. That's a bad marriage. It is. If you're at a meal with someone that's supposed to love you, and they spend, and I mean this, she was on her cell phone scrolling through innocuous, worthless pictures for an hour, I'm out. I would tell her I was going to the men's room, and I would leave and see if she even noticed. Same with the parents who sit down with their teenagers. It's one thing when the kid's 3 and you have like a little pad for them to do something, because when we were growing up they had coloring books, right? But if you have teenage kids and they sit down and they immediately pull out their cell phones, I'm not paying for that meal. And I might sound like a pain in the ass, but that's the rules. My son Vince is at that phase. He's 15 and a half. A lot of texts and stuff. As soon as he pulls out the phone, I tell him, put it away, son, now. And he does. If I do it, my wife is insanely sensitive, and she should be. If I pick up that damn cell phone for 1 second while I'm driving, she gets mad, and she should. It's ignorant. It's flat out ignorant. It's irresponsible. It's narcissistic, and it's selfish as hell. Have you ever done this? Tried to do something while you were driving on a cell phone and headed across the other lane? I have. I'm raising my hand right now in the studio. It's insane, and it happens like that. We cannot get sucked into a situation that we can't get out of. What do I mean? Head-on collision with your whole family in the car because you were making a friggin' phone call or had to see a text that means nothing. Listen to this. Marty, as a business owner, the hardest thing in my restaurant is getting staff to not use phones. I recently told them they had to leave them in the cars. That's big for kids. The young ones had the hardest time, but so did the 40-year-olds. I told them to give anyone that needs them, if there was an emergency, to call the phone at the restaurant. Boom. Same with schools. We have computers. Why don't we have computers in our phones? I am 60, and my kids get mad because I never have my phone on me all the time. Cell phones have ruined things. This is massive, what she's saying here. Kids don't even know how to communicate and carry on conversations. This is shown up in data. They can't do job interviews. Hey, they don't ask people out on dates. They text them. I know people that have met. This is a fact. Now, it's idiotic, but it's real, and Patrick knows this. They meet on the phone. They, quote-unquote, date on the phone, and then they break up on the phone. It's ignorant. And to his point, if that was my restaurant, I would have those pouches. Put them in here, take them when you leave. If someone has an emergency, call the restaurant. It's up to us, though, to lead by example. So because I'm an idiot, and I have no discipline about it, I literally have to say to my wife, here, honey, take my phone. If we're at a restaurant or an event or driving. Otherwise, I'll use it. I'm weak. I'm feeble. I'm low IQ. I'm stupid. And I will not allow a cell phone to get us in trouble. Accident, something worse.
The mesmerizing sound of Christopher Cross. Saturday, June 27th, Carnegie of Homestead Music Hall. The Academy Award winner, Golden Globe winner, and 5-time Grammy Award winner. Christopher Cross. Reserved seats are on sale now at librarymusichall.com. Don't miss Christopher Cross, produced by Drusky Entertainment.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen, with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost. Actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof. NASCO, they get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO. 412-373-2000.
Right? Comes through Pittsburgh, all those storms, heavy rain, strong winds, and sudden damage. What starts as a small leak can turn into a major problem. Service Master Greater Pittsburgh responds immediately, 24/7, 365. They'll handle that storm damage and that water restoration. Every minute matters. Call 412-RECOVER. Demand the yellow van. The best call to make in the worst situation.
Demand the yellow van. Call Service Master.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 71 degrees and sunny at 12 o'clock. I'm Margot Renzel. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick with their famous lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Trust PJ.com. A man from Hickory was killed last night when he lost control of his vehicle in Peters Township. The Washington County coroner says 37-year-old Alexander Lauterbach was headed north on a Washington road around 8:30 last night when his vehicle went off the road and rolled over several times before stopping in the parking lot at Water Dam Center Shopping Plaza. Investigators say Lauterbach's seatbelt was fastened, but the shoulder belt was not being used properly. He was taken to a local hospital where he died, and a passenger was also hospitalized, but no additional information about that person is known. Jury selection begins today in the murder trial of a Washington County man charged in a 2022 fatal shooting in New Kensington. Larry Nix is charged with criminal homicide in connection to what prosecutors contend was a revenge killing behind the Kensington Arms Apartments on 11th Street. That's where the body of 31-year-old James Hayes was found with a gunshot wound to the head. Prosecutors contend Hayes attempted to shoot Nix in retaliation for a robbery days earlier. Plans to convert the former FOP headquarters into a halfway house have been withdrawn. More from News Radio KDKA's David Ballarado.
On Facebook, Kim Solonetro's district announced that Dismas Charities has withdrawn its application to convert the Banksville Road building into a custodial care home. The decision may have been anticlimactic after the Planning Commission voted in early May against the plans. The proposed center, which would have housed 100 federal inmates, met with stiff opposition from community groups as well. They raised concerns about the safety of students at nearby Banksville Elementary in the event someone should escape. David Ballarado, News Radio KDKA.
Big vote today in Harrisburg. State Representative Mandy Steele says cell phones can be detrimental to children's health and their grades, telling Marty Griffin on KDKA.
And so my bill today that we will vote on in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives would state that in public school, a child cannot have unfettered access to that cell phone. They need to be stored and turned off for the day.
She says this is a bell-to-bell bill, which means no access from the first bell to the last bell of the day. Governor Shapiro has pledged to sign this bill if it reaches his desk. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 113 points. The NASDAQ is up 80 points, and the S&P 500 is up 3 points. KDKA Sports, the Pirates are off today. They start a series in Houston tomorrow at 8:10. KDKA Radio News Time is 12:03. It's 71 degrees and sunny in Pittsburgh. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
No use denying it. Old Man Winter's been hard on our homes. If it's drafty windows, overflowing gutters, rotted trim, or that dreaded leaking roof, PJ Fitzpatrick can take care of your home repair project before it turns into costly structural damage. Don't keep putting it off. This is the best time to call the repair experts at PJ Fitzpatrick. No job too big or too small. They'll fix it right the first time. Visit trustpj.com.
Are you ready to take a walk on the wild side and have some family fun? Get to Living Treasures Animal Park in the Laurel Highlands. Living Treasures has animals from all over the world. With over 300 animals you and the family will love. Their concession stand is now open weekends for family fun. Stay at the Log Cabin Suites with up to 6 bedrooms available. Plan your staycation today at funanddonegal.com. Living Treasures Animal Park of the Laurel Highlands, where animals are loved.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-491-9914. 800-491-9914. That's 800-491-9914.
Would you file taxes without an expert? So why choose health insurance on your own? The experts at One Health Benefits can be your personal advocate at no cost to you. One Health Benefits' Dina Schmidt and Michael Coleman are licensed insurance agents who understand the possible loss of ACA subsidies, Medicare updates, and insurance premiums. One Health Benefits works for you. Don't make a costly mistake. Get One Health Benefits and clarity in your corner. Call 724-799-8873 or go to onehealthbenefits.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, sunshine will give way to some clouds, our high 75, then partly cloudy tonight, though 54. Pleasant tomorrow with more sun than clouds, high 75. Wednesday, mostly sunny, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Well, we had this conversation last week. There's a dramatic video of the acting police chief in Wilkinsburg pretty much dancing around his car to try and save his own life because a young man waving two guns. In fact, Patrick has it on the live stream right now. The young man is dead. His name was Jonathan Simmons. And I've now talked to neighbors, eyewitnesses. In fact, an eyewitness is supposed to call in. We had kind of suspected one of three things. They call it suicide by cop. Happens 150, 200 times a year, where folks want cops to shoot and kill them. They want to go out in the blaze of glory. They'll use a screwdriver, a butter knife, anything, and come rushing at cops and demand, in essence, that give them no choice but to kill him. In this case, it looked like he had two weapons. He was rambling and ranting, and the officer had no choice, and the police had no choice but to shoot him, and he died. It's a blessing that the acting police chief in Wilkinsburg is not dead. The video went viral, and everybody had something to say, but what I wanted to say was everything that all the folks worried about was true. He had two issues. He was using kind of these funky street drugs, and he had mental health issues, according to family members and according to an early investigation. And what happens time and time again to folks who are out of the loop, who are homeless, he was kind of living, squatting, whatever you want to call it, in this abandoned house. He was kind of roaming around the neighborhood. His mother said he needed help but didn't get it. Eyewitnesses said he was talking to himself and ranting and rambling. His mother said he was off his meds. But it kind of underlines a problem that Dr. Tim Murphy and former Congressman Tim Murphy has said from day one. There's a massive gap between the folks who need and the folks who get help. And from everything I've learned about this particular case, it's not as if he was ignored by the system, but he certainly wasn't getting treated by the system for 1,000 different reasons. Poverty, race, proximity to medical care, you name it, he lived it, now he's dead. I'm not diminishing his death. It's another American tragedy that probably could have been averted. Dr. Tim Murphy, good afternoon, sir. It's hard to watch that video, is it not, sir?
Oh, it's awful. It's painful to watch. And as you said, it's a blessing the police officer was not shot as well. I mean, that's a pretty close proximity, just the width of a car, that a bullet could have killed him too. So, and I agree with you to the extent that if someone is dealing with an untreated mental illness, also magnified by the use of other drugs, that these are cases where I believe these are preventable, but we do not have a mental health system that really has a continuity of care to help such folks.
Well, Doctor, you've alluded to this prior. Without someone intervening, and he really didn't have anyone, he's on his own, kind of bouncing around ranting to himself, talking to himself, living in this world, squatting in a vacant house with no help and getting worse by the day, sir, as is what happens, the deterioration.
That's right. Now, I want you to imagine someone else with a brain disease, a severe mental illness, and I don't know what his diagnosis was it bipolar, was it schizophrenia, was psychosis? We don't know. But with regard to this, it's still a brain disease. It isn't just a behavioral attitude. It isn't just someone saying, well, I don't want to help, leave me alone. That's not what these things are. Imagine someone with Alzheimer's disease, which is also a brain disease, and if someone was a grandma or grandpa out there at 2 in the morning wandering around in the cold, nobody would say, gee, do you want to get care or not? They would make sure the person had care. And when they were then discharged from a hospital, they wouldn't just be left on the street. They said, we have to make sure you have loved ones or a place for you to care for you with continuity of care. We don't do that for those with serious mental illness. No. And it is absolute ignorance or myth that people think they can handle themselves. We don't have a system in place for saying, how are we going to make sure you stay on medication? Let's find you supportive housing. If you're in the criminal justice system, let's make sure if you see a police officer or you're in jail, you have compassionate but continuous care and not just say, good luck, you're on your own, we'll see you at your next arrest.
He hasn't been in jail since 2013. So my point is he wasn't some wandering criminal trying to break the law. My man needed help and didn't get it. And the fact that he was poor makes it even tougher, does it not, sir? They have less access than anyone.
It does. I mean, they can be covered by Medicaid.
Yeah.
But what happens is you have to get a caseworker to work with you on that, someone who's going to be continuous. And after you're on Medicaid for a while, you can also get some Social Security disability income from that to facilitate. But you have to make sure someone's there to help you to make sure let's keep you in housing, make sure you stay on your medication. We don't have that. And, okay, so since he wasn't an imminent danger to himself or someone else, the court didn't have like a 72-hour hold or something on him. But what we need is a system in place that compassionately, correctly, and clinically will work with someone to say, we're going to make sure you stay in care. Now, Allegheny County is the only one of 67 counties in the state that is now enacting a 2018 law. 2018 has something called assisted outpatient treatment, where a judge can order someone to remain in care. Now, that has to do with their rights, et cetera. But just imagine if we had a system in place or a day treatment or what's called a clubhouse where someone like that could go be assured they're around people who can help them, peers who are trained to help them, doctors and nurses who are trained to help them. It can make a massive difference. But we don't have that here. And most counties in America, the vast majority don't have that here. All we have is, Marty, the statistic. What's the biggest mental health facility in every county? It's what?
County jail, sir.
County jail, right?
Hang on one second, Doc.
Number 2 is the streets.
Hang on, Doc. I got to grab this guy. He's one of my boys, and he saw this young man. Zeke, how are you, sir?
What's up, Marty?
Zeke, you saw this young man. He was troubled, wasn't he, sir?
It just so happens, Marty, that I was picking my daughter up from work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I hit Penn Avenue, go through Wilkinsburg or whatever, and I take the back street. I forget what that street is called. Going through Forest Hills to take the shortcut to my house. And he was sitting on the porch the day before at 4:30. He was screaming obscenities to the point where I rolled my window up because, Marty, I keep my weapon, but I actually felt like he might even come off the porch and do something. But I knew that he had something going on,
Zeke, it's sad, though. He was squatting in that house you probably saw him at. He had no mental health treatment, and he wasn't this chronic criminal, sir. He hadn't been in jail since 2012. In all likelihood, according to his mother and neighbors, he was mentally ill and wasn't getting help, Zeke, and you saw some of that, didn't you?
People get lost in the system,
right
and he's one of those people that got lost in the system, Marty. And another thing is, I'll say this, us as black people treat mental health like it's taboo, for years and generations. They'll rather talk to their family member or use to drink substance, this and that, or whatever, but we are just recently starting to address it in a professional way,
And, Doc, because he's poor, because he's in a poor community, he doesn't have the same kind of access, and then once he's off the grid, sir, He's kind of on his own, isn't he, Doctor?
Well, he is, but here's what happens. We don't have enough psychiatric beds, even if it's there. You can't pay out of pocket, obviously, but Medicaid can help. But what happens is the way things are run now, and Pittsburgh and Allegheny County and other places are so much this way, if someone calls the police show up and says, well, he's not committing a crime. Sitting on a porch and yelling at someone obscenities is not a crime. What are we going to do? And that's when things actually can break down when police appear, that someone may become very volatile. Obviously, squatting in a house is not his. If someone actually calls and says, hey, someone's in my house, get him out. But I hear this all the time from police officers. They're told, stay away, stand down. Now, you remember a couple years ago, there was this big push to have social workers and other people as part of police departments in such situations to talk to someone. We don't know if anything like this was called for at any other time. That's not necessarily a crime would have been charged in those situations. But it comes down to we don't have enough providers, we don't have beds, and police are told, stay away unless there's a crime in place. I mean, and that's all part of it because we have no system. And police say, where am I supposed to take someone? Hospitals say we don't have beds. All those things are a problem.
And Zeke, were you shocked to hear he was shot and killed, sir?
Not at all.
Yeah.
And it's sad, but not at all, because he was irrationally, now people, that have mental issues, they speak, and say things.
Yes, sir.
But everything he was saying was really like extreme and vulgar,
So many people wanted to help him and no one knew how. We hear this all the time, don't we, Nate?
I can't say I'm not shocked, but I'm used to it, but it's unfortunate,
Are you familiar, Doc, at all with the Allegheny County's crisis team, the A-team they call it?
Yeah, I mean, I am familiar with them. I don't think they were called in this case. I recall it is an approach that can help, but they have to be called and they have to have a place to send someone afterwards. And that's what we don't have. Okay, now that we're talking to someone, now we're getting them. If a person may take medication for a day, they may not. But remember, how volatile time for police officers when they show up on a scene, a crisis team shows up, if someone pulls out a gun,
that's right.
Game changer. And that's what happens. But again, if we could get someone into continuous care, and it's far more expensive to use the county jail and police to hold someone than it is to actually have clinics and doctors involved.
And Nate, you look at that video, Zeke, it looks as if he wanted someone to shoot him. It makes me that sad to watch, sir.
People, commit suicide by cop. People get tired, Marty, of their life, unfortunately, Yeah.
Zeke, thanks, brother. Doc, thank you, sir. Appreciate you both.
Have a good day, Marty.
Breaks my heart, all of it, man. It breaks my heart, what could have been.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
You've spent decades building your savings and planning for your future. Now the focus shifts from accumulation to protection, from growth to sustainable income you can depend on. I'm Brian Quaranta, and at Secure Money Advisors, we help retirees build structured retirement plans designed to help protect what they've worked so hard to build and preserve. To learn more, claim your copy of my book, Right Track Your Retirement, at righttrackpittsburgh.com, where your retirement journey begins on the right track.
Amazon Business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet Store.
Are your bad feet making you grumpy all day, like Dan was?
I was born with a sunny disposition, but I had so much knee pain and foot pain. I wasn't that way anymore. I didn't know what to do. But then I'm driving down the street one day and my knee's hurting, and I see a Good Feet store. I thought, what do I have to lose?
Good Feet arch supports aren't just a cushion or a flimsy shoe insert. We have a system of arch supports designed to create better alignment for all four of your foot's arches. And the only place to get the Good Feet system is at the Good Feet store.
Once I got my arch supports from Good Feet, I just went back to being my happy self again. My wife noticed it, my friends noticed it, even my dog noticed it. I just wish that I'd found Good Feet 20 or 30 years ago. I've got my Sonny back.
Visit us in Cranberry Township, in Robinson Town Center, in the waterfront, in Morgantown at Suncrest Town Center, and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Hey, it's Pony back to talk about my guys from Comer and Cross. If your garage floor is cracked and stained, you already know that it's making your entire garage look bad, and a bad epoxy job makes it look worse. With one easy call to Comer and Cross, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. You can get a quick estimate for a gleaming new Comer and Cross garage floor that you will love, just like I love mine. The Comer and Cross garage floor, gold standard. It is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. In just one day, Comer and Cross will fix all your cracks and pits perfectly. They'll apply the gleaming new Comer and Cross concrete floor you choose. They'll even move your stuff out of the garage for you. Several realtors now say a Comer and Cross garage floor can increase your home's value by up to 10%. With over 2,000 five-star reviews and 50% off installation right now, what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-NEW-FLOOR right now. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or schedule us at COMERcross.com.
The 50,000-watt voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Most of us don't care. Just another guy that got in a shootout with cops, but I care about this. I saw this happen, and you watch that video, and you say, this just can't be someone wanting to kill a cop. And then you drill down on it, you find that he had severe mental illness and wasn't getting treatment. And there's a hopelessness to it. This young man was not getting treatment. He was not getting any sort of counseling. He wasn't on any sort of drugs that would control his emotions. He was squatting in a house. And I keep repeating this. He has not been in jail, arrested since 2012, so he's not some habitual criminal out there raising hell. His mom said, his neighbors said, constant mental illness. And as you heard, Zeke, who's one of my boys who I love to death, heard him screaming and ranting profanities right before this happened. And it breaks your heart. And I'm told there was a drug issue. I'm told there's a mental illness issue. And that's a deadly combination. And it has me sitting here thinking of a video that Max sent me from downtown, Mad Max, and then a scenario developing right now that we have watched for months now. We found this young man, Will, on the streets downtown, and we shot him in a hypnotic state, this zombie state. And it's this combination of fentanyl, sometimes heroin, sometimes this drug called xylazine. It's irrelevant. But it creates this hypnotic state, this zombie state where you're hunched over. And we found Will that way. In fact, Patrick is showing the video right now. And his father, through that video, found his son, Will. Same deal, mental illness, drug abuse, all these things. And we got Will arrested. And we got Will put into rehab. And while he was in jail, he healed and was clean for the first time in 6 or 7 years. Okay? But this is the evil, darkness, horror of these drugs and the power of the addiction. His father, William, has been my friend. We stay in constant contact. He was in love with the fact that his son was back. Talking about a future. Talking about getting his life together. And now we have this. His father sent me a text saying his hands are swollen. Man, it's horrible. His feet are swollen. He looks bad again. He was fine. I just don't understand. I know he's using. He won't come home and stay with me. He wants to stay downtown, which is where the drugs are. And this is the horror of this existence of life on the streets and life as an addict. Whether it's this young man who was shot and killed by police, and we find out he had drug issues and mental health issues and wasn't seeking treatment. Or whether it's young Will, who we found on the streets and got into rehab. We actually had judges lock him up so he could get clean in jail, but as soon as he was not clean, he went to the renewal center and was fine. But then they put him in a halfway house, and now he's back on the streets. And according to his father, for all intents and purposes, he's using again. And this is the horror and the darkness of addiction. His father just sent me a text. He'll be back in the hospital again. He can't keep going like this. The doctor says, Marty, it's the end stages, meaning he's dying. Sometimes I just don't know what the hell we do, how the hell we can help, how much a father can take, how many victims the street has swallowed up. Will is likely getting high right now downtown, and there's nothing we can do about it, nor can his dad.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Would you ever consider paying for your new mattress 2 times? It sounds expensive, but that's exactly what happens when you buy from a mainstream mattress store. The manufacturer marks it up, sells it to the retailer, who marks it up again and sells it to you. Because the Original Mattress Factory sells factory direct, the mattress you buy is being sold for the first and only time, providing real value. Don't buy your mattress twice. Visit the Original Mattress Factory today.
UPMC makes a difference in lives every single day. UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Easy Cater, we believe every workday gets better with great food. The 9 a.m. staff meeting? How about breakfast burritos and lots of coffee? Big client presentation at noon? Let's do Mediterranean bowls. Accounting's gotta work late. Keep them pepped up with spicy noodles. With Easy Cater, you get a huge variety of favorite restaurants with tools to help meet dietary needs and stay on budget, all on one platform. So make every workday better with Easy Cater. Start an order at easycater.com.
Order for Jennifer C. Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine? Do you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Oh, really? That's great. Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Yeah, you just said that. Did you say I just said that? Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 68 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Paul Alexander. A new scam is targeting fresh graduates looking for jobs. News Radio KDK's Margot Rensel warns.
Attorney General Dave Sunday is encouraging Pennsylvanians to be vigilant regarding online job opportunities. Employment scams target job seekers with promises of high pay and flexible schedules. Scammers use fake job applications to then steal personal or financial information. In a release, Dave Sunday said, if a job posting seems too good to be true, it probably is. In one version of the scam, the fake employer will send a check to buy supplies that will bounce, and the bank will want you to repay the amount. To make sure you stay safe from being scammed, search the job online. Do not pay for the promise of a job. Call the company to verify the offer and check email addresses carefully. Margot Rensel, News Radio, KDKA.
Murraysville police say a Good Samaritan recently found a large envelope with cash inside and turned it into authorities. The cash was found on the Westmoreland Heritage Trail. Police say the owner came forward. If they know how much was in the envelope and what was written on it, it's yours. You can call Murraysville Police at 724-327-2100. That's extension 200. Joe Negri, the acclaimed jazz guitarist, best known for playing Handyman Negri on the Mr. Rogers Neighborhood Show, died of natural causes over the weekend at the age of 99. Longtime friend David Newell, who played Mr. McFeely on the PBS show, says it's a very sad day for him.
But even before he was on the Neighborhood, he was an institution in Pittsburgh because of his music and his appearances on other stations around Pittsburgh.
Negri passed away peacefully just 11 days shy of his 100th birthday. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 154 points, the NASDAQ up 41. The S&P 500 is up a fraction. KDK Radio News Time is 12:32. Our next update is 1 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Did you know that the only cause of mesothelioma is exposure to asbestos? Did you know that many local area tradesmen were exposed to asbestos and didn't even know it? The sad reality is asbestos-related diseases are often fatal, yet entirely preventable. Pittsburgh-based Goldberg, Persky, and White understands the complexities of asbestos exposure and are dedicated to fighting for the compensation you deserve. GPW can't change the past, but we'll work to transform your future. Call 1-800-COMPLEX to learn more.
Pittsburgh, get ready. Three Rivers Comic-Con is celebrating its 10th year in 2026, and it's bigger than ever. Meet comic creators, shop unique vendors, and dive into a full day of fandom fun for all ages. Whether you're into comics, art, cosplay, or collectibles, this is the event you don't want to miss. Join the celebration and be part of a decade of comics culture. Get your tickets for Three Rivers Comic-Con 2026 at threeriverscomiccon.com or at the door. Presented by New Dimension Comics.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine mixing with more and more clouds the rest of today. The high 75, partly cloudy tonight, low 54. More sun than clouds tomorrow, a delightful day, high 75, and plenty of sunshine Wednesday, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
If you want to know how good it feels to get professional paint work inside your home, go with CertaPro Painters. Hi, this is Larry Richard, and a big opportunity right now. Take advantage of the spring sales event for 10% off qualifying projects through May 15th. The sale ends soon. And remember, each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Warmer weather rolling in. Heavy rain, strong winds, and sudden damage. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh responds immediately, 24/7, 365. Demand the yellow van.
The yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
For generations, you've listened to us in your kitchen, catching baseball games on your front porch, and ending your day as your bedtime buddy. Now, you can watch us every day on your TV with our new KDKA Radio YouTube page or by clicking on KDKARadio.com. It's presented by Metropolitan Windows. Same great content, more live visuals. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at KennyRoss.com.
a lot of stuff goes on, and a lot of stuff is going on. My man Max was downtown this morning on Smithfield Street and sent me a video of a young woman, looks really young, how hunched over in this zombie state. I mean, this is early morning. And what happens is, and this is just from one of the best drug addiction doctors in the world, they get high in the fentanyl, then they inject this xylazine. It's a tranquilizer of some sort. Is there another drug too, Patrick, that they're taking now? Not that it matters, but is there?
Yeah, there is, that metatomidine.
Yeah. And so that it kind of freezes them up.
Yeah, all these non-opioid tranquilizers are getting mixed in now.
And they say that, I asked them why they would want to be like this, and the docs say that in the world of the addict, this extends their high. And I know that you think that's weird, and I know you don't support that, and you say to hell with them. The thing is, a lot of these folks die. And we had so much hope for William's son, Will. And I can't, for the life of me, know what to do next. I just can't. I can't. He has put his son, and I'm texting with his dad, he has put his son in rehab. What do you say, Patrick, 27 times? Almost 30 times?
At least.
He lost fingers, either through frostbite or addiction, who knows. And honestly, I had to pull some strings and get a judge to keep him in jail so he wouldn't get bond posted and get high again. So we had him in jail for, what was it, like a month probably, and he was clean the whole time. Duh. And then we had him put in renewal, which is right kind of sort of downtown. And that's kind of sort of secure. You can walk out, but it's hard. Where most of them use again, and this is what happens. Relapse, whatever the hell you want to call it, is after that. And not to be a jerk here, not to bring your day down or his dad's, but the recidivism rate, the repeat rate, the reuse rate is about 80%. And our addiction specialist, Doc, told us that. So Dad was very hopeful. I could retext that he hasn't been this wonderful in years. He's all up. He's so high, happy, and he's talking to his daughter. He has a 3.5-year-old daughter. And then I hadn't heard from Dad, which means to me that's usually a problem. And here we have it. He's out in the streets getting high again. How many bites of the apple do you get? As many as it takes. If it was my son, if it was 1,000 rehabs, I'm putting him in 1,000 rehabs. We have a certain empathy for drunks. We'll put them in rehab 30 times and still care for them. Let them hit 4 parked cars and still care for them. Something about drug addicts that we find grimy? I don't know. But this is a young man with a daughter and has the rest of his life ahead of him, or he doesn't. He had lost a couple fingers because of the addiction. Had several surgeries. Has overdosed several times. And now he's back on the streets using, as most of the drug addicts do. What sickens me is this, is that they all know they can go downtown and get high. They all know that the same dealers come downtown every day. Why can't cops arrest those dealers? I actually had pictures of this kid's dealer. It was a female who brought him and other, like 30 other junkies drugs every day. And I forwarded them, and who knows what happened. But why couldn't the police department, arrest these people? I don't know. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying this is part of the griminess downtown. And if we want Pittsburgh to be right, we have to make this right. And I hear there are these strike teams and these mental health teams and these interdiction teams. Then why is this woman right now in a zombie state on Smithfield Street, high as a kite? Why? Why isn't there a strike team that would go down there and intercede with her, get her some Narcan, get her into jail, and then in the process get her into rehab? And I know a significant number of these men and women relapse, as we're seeing here. I spoke to the doctor that's been treating him. He said he's going to die. This is it. This is the end game. Let's hope that his father's hoping he'll get arrested. His father's hoping he'll overdose so that police will take him or EMTs will take him to the hospital and get him treatment again. Isn't that a sad existence? His poor dad, for the first time in years, was able to sleep because at least he knew his son was in jail. And now he's not sleeping again. And this is the life of the parent of an addict. I get messages every single day from parents of addicts who are downtown, and they don't know what the hell to do, and they ask us for help. And we first of all try and find them. We then try to get them arrested. I'm being blunt about this because they can't use if they're in jail. And once they're in jail, we try to get them some kind of help. For those of you who don't care, for those of you who think that we're thinning the herd, to hell with you. Until you've seen someone, an addict like this, you have no idea how tough this is, and it's hell. I can't believe. As my friend William says, and this is when I talk about downtown, and it's actually ironic because I had dinner on Saturday night with Patrick and his beautiful wife, Beth, and she had just been downtown, and it made her nervous. And why wouldn't it? Because it's grimy. It's so grimy that she had to take a Uber from one steakhouse to another. And William sends this note. I was appalled. I was leaving the Benedum Center last night. It's supposed to be the crown jewel of Pittsburgh. There are homeless people on two corners of Penn Avenue and beggars up and down Penn Avenue. It's what your wife saw. She was scared. Why the hell wouldn't she be scared? At the large intersection of Liberty and Wood behind the Benedum, there's a gang of kids causing chaos in the intersection, causing a hazard to drivers. Not a police officer in sight. It'll be a long time before I go downtown again. Walking to the parking lot, my wife asked why I kept looking behind us. I told her I didn't want to get hit over the head. Mix that in with a significant number of drug dealers. And no end in sight. Patrick, truth.
Yeah.
Your wife, who's no wuss, and God bless her, she was downtown at one steakhouse and was afraid to walk to another. Right?
Yeah, seriously.
Right?
Yeah.
It's that grimy.
She had to she took a car service to go across town to the other side.
Because in the middle, drug addicts, punks,
yep,
aggressive panhandlers, and derelict teenagers. Other than that, it's perfect.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 9 plant protein bars, 8 hydration mixes, and 4 mushroom coffee sticks. And now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text RADIO to 64,000. Text RADIO to 64,000 to get your 20% off. That's RADIO to 64,000.
You know, I met 2 women who are nurses full-time in Pittsburgh, graduated from CCAC with no debt, zero. You know, I met 2 young ladies at Pitt, now juniors, brought 2 years of credits from CCAC, $2,000 in total debt. You know, 80% of CCAC students have no debt. More than 100 programs. CCAC rocks, folks. Check it out.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA, covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum roofing company.
Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft shoes, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. A major casino operator may get a new owner. Billionaire media mogul Barry Diller, one-time head of Paramount Pictures, chairman and CEO of the Fox Network, now the owner of People and other magazines, making an offer to buy the remaining shares of MGM Resorts that he doesn't already own. That would give that casino and hotel company a valuation of nearly $19 billion. Shares of MGM up 15% right now, so investors are happy. Elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks are mixed. Oil is sharply higher, though. A real setback in ceasefire extension talks between the U.S. and Iran over Israel's continued military attacks on Lebanon. But there's word out of Lebanon, Hezbollah may agree to a ceasefire. Right now, the Dow is down 0.25%. The NASDAQ up 0.33%. The S&P is flat. Oil at $94 a barrel. And Walmart now limiting its workers' use of its in-house AI tool called Code Puppy because of unexpectedly high demand. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Have an issue in your community? Talk about it now with Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
So people ask me why we present these videos of the horrors of downtown, because they're horrifying. Because unless we draw attention to it, no one will address it. It just lingers. In the middle of this are parents who love their kids, and they're out there dying, and they're downtown, and they have access to drugs, and they shouldn't. You know, it's real basic why they keep going downtown, because they get high downtown. That's where the drug dealers are, so arrest the drug dealers. Seems kind of basic. I'll find 40 addicts downtown right now with Mad Max. He sends me 20 a day. People freaking out, trying to get high again. What does that tell you? They have access. William, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Marty. How are you?
I don't know. I'm sick about this, actually.
Yeah, right. That's especially with the nice weather. It's a real problem. Yeah.
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Yep, sure is.
I mean, I was telling folks, first time you slept well in what, 5 years?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah. It was nice knowing he was, contained.
I've had 100 letters and emails over the years from parents like yourself who are grateful their kid's in jail because at least they can sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. As soon as he got out, the shit started again. So I can't keep him in jail forever. You wish I couldn't.
This is another.
It makes you feel bad when he's in there.
This is another wonderful point. He was complaining about it and the conditions, but
yeah,
he was clean.
Mm-hmm.
He was clean.
Right. Cleaning, yep.
And
healthy.
So he gets into renewal. He was cool, right?
Right, yep.
And then he got hinky after that. What happened?
Oh, he's back out. I told him he'd come home as long as, there's no, he can be on methadone, but he can't have any drugs in the house naturally. So, he said, it's just easier downtown or something. Yeah, that's because that's where the connect is. So.
And so now you saw him. He looks horrible again.
Right, his hands are swollen. His legs are swollen. Yeah. And it's funny because he's not really even, it's just existing. It's not a life at all. I don't understand why he chooses to keep going back. He says he's not, though, but I know he is.
Well, you know he's lying.
Right.
If he wasn't lying, he'd be sitting on the couch watching Wheel of Fortune with you, having some dinner.
Right. I'm making eggs for my other son right now. We're going to have some eggs and I'll go do some stuff. Right. He would be with us.
And as you've said, the doc has told many of us, including myself, that he's kind of at the end game here.
Obviously. Yeah. He's losing body parts, kidney failure. So that's what it looks like. I don't know what to do.
How could you know? How many times have you had him in rehab?
Quite a few, 20, 30 times he's been in rehab.
In this downtown situation, this downtown situation aggravates the crap out of me because my man Mad Max is sending me videos right now of people in the same hypnotic, chaotic, zombie-like state that your son was in. In other words, they're still getting all the dope they want downtown.
Yeah. It must be that good. I don't know.
But why the hell don't they arrest these dealers every single day?
You would think. That
you would think. You would think.
I don't know why they can't, get a few beat cops down there and start making some arrests.
Like every day. Make a point of it. Right. Zero tolerance. Zero. None.
Yeah.
And if
I agree with you.
If half out of it drug addicts can get hooked up every day, you know that these aren't the smartest drug dealers in the world, right?
Right.
Right?
They're just, yep.
When's the last time you talked to your son?
On Saturday.
And where's he at now?
Couch surfing somewhere. That's not because he doesn't have a place to stay. He does, if he chooses. He's homeless by choice.
Yeah. And probably high.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I love you, and I thought we had this.
Oh, good, Marty. I appreciate what you did for me, and hopefully he gets hemmed up again. and I can try again. Try.
I'll do whatever you need.
That's all we can do.
I'll do whatever you need.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Imagine if that's your son. Huh? I remember the first time I took Sophia, our oldest, to Children's Hospital with a high fever. I was crying like a baby. Why am I telling you this? Because that's how much we love them. We feel every breath. When they fall, we feel that same pain, and we'd rather have the pain ourselves. And this man has done everything imaginable to keep his son alive. And he's out there roaming around, high as a kite, probably going to die unless he gets arrested again. And I'm telling the story for thousands of local men and women of all ages suffering from the same addiction and the same evil drugs. But it seems to me that the city of Pittsburgh should have cops out in the city every day arresting anyone selling drugs every single day until the drug dealers know and the addicts know you can't get hooked up downtown. Make them take a damn bus somewhere. Move it somewhere else. Send a message that they can't get high downtown. Right now, Will is probably high somewhere downtown. And I hope he gets arrested before he dies. And so does his dad. As tragic as that is.
It's the little things. The information you need. People you know. The little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas. The perfect place for mom.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hey, this is Lisa from Nest Expressions Window Fashions. I have some exciting news to share. To celebrate the opening of my newest gallery in the South Hills at 3150 Washington Road, McMurray, Nest Expressions is offering free motorization on Hunter Douglas duets and their newest fabric slatted shade Aria. So call today, 1-888-952-NEST, or simply book online at nestexpressions.com.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Pittsburgh and Cranberry Township. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh. W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Sunny and 75 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock.
I'm Paul Alexander. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvements with no interest financing if you need it. TrustPJ.com. The Pittsburgh Fire Chief is off the job for now as the city investigates operations within the Fire Bureau. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
City officials confirmed to KDKA Radio Chief Daryl Jones has been placed on paid administrative leave while an internal review gets underway. At this time, the city is not releasing details on what prompted the review, and a call to the Firefighters Union president has not been returned. Jones has led the department since September 2007. Tamara Rush, News Radio KDKA.
Pittsburgh police are investigating after a man was found dead early Sunday morning in a Squirrel Hill parking lot, appearing to have been struck by a vehicle. Officers were called around 4:30 a.m. to the 5700 block of Forward Avenue, where they found an unresponsive man on the ground. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The Allegheny County Medical Examiner identified the victim as 56-year-old Sadal Oka of Wilkins Township. The office lists the time of incident around 3:40 a.m. and says the cause and manner of death have not yet been determined. Police say a woman is in custody and being interviewed at headquarters. The investigation is ongoing. Allegheny County Police say the number of homicides handled by the medical examiner's office this year is now up to 27. We have more from News Radio KDK's David Colorado.
That's after the numbers released this morning include 6 homicides in May as of the 27th. That's down from April when the number of cases was 8, plus 1 referred to the Allegheny County Medical Examiner's office, which occurred out of county. Allegheny County maintains an online workbook updating homicide statistics dating back to 2007. While these new numbers are not yet factored in, the stats do show that 50% of all homicides committed since then have occurred between 8 p.m. and 4 a.m., and 56% of those killed are between the ages of 18 and 34. David Colorado, News Radio KDKA.
A new scam targeting fresh graduates looking for jobs. News Radio KDK's Margot Rensel explains.
Attorney General Dave Sunday is encouraging Pennsylvanians to be vigilant regarding online job opportunities. Employment scams target job seekers with promises of high pay and flexible schedules. Scammers use fake job applications to then steal personal or financial information. In a release, Dave Sunday said, if a job posting seems too good to be true, it probably is. In one version of the scam, the fake employer will send a check to buy supplies that will bounce, and the bank will want you to repay the amount. To make sure you stay safe from being scammed, search the job online. Do not pay for the promise of a job. Call the company to verify the offer and check email addresses carefully. Margot Rensel, News Radio KDKA.
Big vote today in Harrisburg. State Representative Mandy Steele says cell phones can be detrimental to children's health and their grades, telling Marty Griffin on KDKA.
And so my bill today that we will vote on in the Pennsylvania House of Representatives would state that in public school, a child cannot have unfettered access to that cell phone. They need to be stored and turned off for the day.
She says this bell-to-bell bill would mean no access from the first bell to the last bell of the day. Governor Shapiro has pledged to sign the bill if it reaches his desk. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 160 points, the Nasdaq up 75, the S&P 500 up 7 points. KDK Sports, the Pirates have the day off today. They will start a series in Houston tomorrow. First pitch at 8:10. KDK Radio News Time is 1:03. Time to call Highwood Cemetery to ensure your family's gravesites are protected now and in the future. 412-766-6600. Right now, sunny and 75 degrees in Pittsburgh. Your AccuWeather forecast is next.
When it comes to building Pennsylvania's future, the laborers are on the job. From highways and bridges to schools, hospitals, energy projects, the men and women of the Pennsylvania Laborers District Council deliver the skilled work that keeps our communities moving forward. Joe LaQuatra is leading the charge to train the next generation, protect worker safety, and stand up for fair wages and benefits. When laborers build, Pennsylvania grows stronger. The Pennsylvania Laborers District Council, working hard every day. My people. Here's what makes Carlos with Greater Pitt Tree Service magnificent. 82-year-old woman, massive tree down, can't afford to have it removed. Carlos removes it because he cares about her. He cares about people. Greater Pitt Tree Service. Amazing work ethic. Amazing professionalism. Amazing pricing. 412-884-TREE. 412-884-8733. Carlos, Greater Pitt Tree Service. Amazing company.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine and building clouds as we go into the afternoon hours. The high 75, partly cloudy tonight, low 54. More sunshine tomorrow, a delightful day, the high 75. And gorgeous for Wednesday with sunshine, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Tune in this Sunday morning at 8 for the Coons Cooking Hour with Rob Pratt and the Coons Market team when they discuss favorite grilled foods and who cooks outside at your house. It's the Coons Cooking Hour, presented by Coons Market, your hometown Pittsburgh grocer.
What if you could buy a flippable two-sided mattress made with the finest materials that cost less than other luxury brands? This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory, and this is exactly what you'll find with our new Orthos line available exclusively at OMF. We build these by hand using premium materials like wool and cotton. It's old-world craftsmanship with modern comfort, our most extraordinary sleep system. Built locally at a price other luxury brands just can't match. Visit the Original Mattress Factory and experience the Orthos line for yourself.
If you're the type of person who looks for high-quality products at a fair price, we would love for you to consider the Original Mattress Factory. All of our beds are hand-built in local factories using only the best materials. Because we sell factory direct, we eliminate the middleman markup, which allows us to offer great beds at a great value. If you hate games and gimmicks, we think that you'll find our honest, transparent approach refreshing. Stop by one of our locations today to experience the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
Folks, appliances are big purchases. That's why I recommend Voss TV and Appliance, family owned since 1960. Megan, Tracy, the entire Voss team are experts. They know appliances and TVs inside and out. They take the guesswork of shopping and provide helpful advice before, during, and after your purchase. Having knowledgeable people on your side that you can trust matters. Shop Voss's South Hill showroom. Go to VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS, 412-650-VOSS. Voss TV and Appliance. The lowest prices, guaranteed.
He's live, he's local, he's Marty Griffin. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I swear I'm sitting there looking at this. This is actually wild how life goes. I'm looking at this press release from a year ago today from the mayor of Washington, PA, who I love, JoJo. Over this past weekend, this is from a year ago, we learned that the merger between UPMC and Washington Health Systems was finalized and is official. I love this. They saved so many jobs, and they've continued to grow. There is no one that we became closer to in this process as they battled to save this hospital than my guest, Brooke Ward. We walked the halls of that hospital before the merger when there was concern that it would go away, and then after when there was jubilation. And my man has kicked butt, quite frankly, from day one. Brooke, how are you, my man?
Marty, I appreciate being on the show. Appreciate you having me, and it's an honor to be back with you again. I'm doing great. Thank you, as always.
My man, there were some dark days, tenuous times, were there not, sir?
Absolutely. I mean, you and your team were instrumental in making where we are today possible. Very similar to Jameson, UPMC Washington, and Green. We almost didn't get to this point. We were close to closure, and your advocacy and voice brought momentum to help us get this affiliation done, and we're celebrating our second year now today under UPMC, and it wouldn't have been possible without you and your team. So thank you very much for saving healthcare in Washington, Greene County, and saving thousands of jobs. Thank you for that.
And my man, there wouldn't have been, like, we were freaking out, you and I, because there wouldn't have been a hospital, man. You know what I'm saying, right?
It would have been tough. It would have been tough for healthcare. It would have been tough for the economic environment. Thousands of jobs would have gone directly, and then indirectly, probably hundreds, if not thousands, of more jobs would have lost from the local economy. And just think about how far people would have had to travel for appropriate and good health care, right? And so all of that work, the things you and I did to keep healthcare local, to keep high-quality healthcare local, it's just amazing. I really appreciate it.
My man, how many employees do you have now?
We have a little over 2,000 employees who work at Washington UPMC Green, and the Washington Physician Group, taking care of about 230,000 people in this area.
Whoa.
And we take that job serious.
Whoa. Man, that's massive. Wow.
It makes a difference in people's lives, right? If you can, and think about it, if you're a pregnant woman and you're getting ready to deliver, and you can drive to UPMC Washington in 15 minutes or 30 minutes to deliver versus over an hour to the closest labor and delivery unit if we weren't available. Or if you're having cardiac arrest and you can come to our cath lab and be, in the cath lab being treated for a cardiac arrest or into our OR for open heart surgery, if you needed it, God forbid, within minutes versus being transferred by ambulance or helicopter by much greater distances to other hospitals who are perfectly capable, don't get me wrong. But the time does make a difference in people's lives, and that's why saving this hospital and keeping health care close to home was really important.
We love him, man. Brooke Ward, the president of UPMC Washington. The narrative across the country is dark. We had this conversation because we were just at Jameson. More than 200 hospitals like yours have closed across the country in rural areas, and more than 400 are on the brink. Brother, it's a disaster, is it not, sir?
Yeah, it's very scary out there, and that's why, although tough decisions, working with our board of directors years ago, we made the appropriate but tough decision to join forces with UPMC so that our hospitals, both here in Washington Green and our outpatient facilities, doctors' offices, were going to be around for years and decades to come, because otherwise, you cannot survive. And leaving our communities without health care was not an option. And so we made the right choice, but the environment for hospitals in the United States is just terrible. You hit the nail on the head.
More than 400 are in jeopardy, affecting millions of Americans. And the dynamic is simple.
We've had them closed.
Right?
Yeah, we've had them closed right here in our community in Pennsylvania just in the last couple of years.
Oh, yeah. It's ugly. But you're flourishing. How do you manage that, sir?
Well, that's the good problem, right? And so we get to work with our peers and friends, not only locally here in Washington, but across UPMC, looking at what does the community need. And so we're prioritizing where we spend our resources, what does our community need most, and really putting our, the investment where it's needed. And so we're looking at expanding and have been expanding with McGee Women's Health, with Hillman Cancer Center, with UPMC Children's Hospital, with UPMC Orthopedics, and we're bringing the signature service line closer to home right here. And so to give you a small example, when we started here with UPMC 4 years ago, there was a pediatric subspecialty clinic here in town that had 4 pediatric subspecialty clinics that rotated through it. Now we're up to 10, and it just keeps growing. So there's GI, endocrine, nephrology, rheumatology, urology, cardiology, physical medicine, orthopedics, neurology, Down syndrome, and as of April, general surgery. Marty, we just keep growing and expanding, making it better for the community. That's what it's all about. Good stuff every day.
You know what's amazing about this, because we had this same conversation at Jameson. If they're not going there, they got to drive into Pittsburgh to get whatever treatment it is, and they could die. You're literally saving lives just by bringing closer to the folks who need your help. Is that not true, sir?
It's true, and the best thing about our situation is we get to partner with our peers and friends in Pittsburgh every day, and so we're bringing those signature service lines, so things you'd expect to get at Hillman, at McGee, at UPMC Children's, right to Washington and Green. And so where we can, we're providing those services right here, boots on the ground locally, and that's exciting stuff every day.
My man. Man, we walked through the halls down there with a live camera and watch that happen. And, man, it's a blessing to know men like you who give a damn. And all of those employees down there have been amazing. And you're doing a hell of a job, sir, and I congratulate you, man. 2 years, it flies, doesn't it, brother?
It does. I appreciate the compliment, but I want to pass it on to all of our UPMC, Washington Green, and the WPG team members. They do all the work. I just get to help provide a little advice and guidance once in a while. They deserve the credit, Marty, and you do as well. Your advocacy and guidance helped get us here, so thank you to all that group.
My man, is there a cake or something down there? Cake? Huh?
There should be. There should be.
Where the hell's the damn cake? All right, man.
We're too busy making the place better.
I'm going to get Mark Sorreo on this one, man. You deserve a cake, brother. Thanks, my man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I love him. Remember how cool he was? Just really cool.
He was very cool.
Yeah.
And the walk through that hospital, I still remember that. I mean, it's amazing what was on the line.
Yes.
If that merger didn't happen.
Thousands of jobs.
Thousands of jobs, thousands of people not getting service.
And that guy, man, he's a star, man. Where's the damn cake? They should have a cake, right? Huh?
It's got at least a cookie.
No, a cake.
Big cake.
Big old cake. Marty Griffin saved us. Something like that. Something real subtle. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to The Marty Griffin Show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Order for Jennifer C. Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine? Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Oh, really? That's great. Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Yeah, you just said that. Did you say I just said that? Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Life's best moments start with perfect choices. For Connie Nowak, it was a trolley ride and a 67-year love story. A life of family, smart decisions, and companionship with Chester the cat. Her retirement choice? The Village at St. Barnabas. Recreation, healthcare, close to family, everything on her list. Plus, it's an exceptional retirement value with a flexible entry process and affordable rates. St. Barnabas Retirement Communities, stbarnabascommunities.com, or call 724-444-5568.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B plus life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B minus or a C plus life, because when you're living a B or B plus life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A plus life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, I'll tell you what, this is why I love NASCO Roofing. Not only are they the best I've ever seen, with a lifetime warranty on the roof and labor. Folks, the greatness of NASCO. Pastor in the Rocks needed a roof. NASCO put it on at cost. Actually lost money. NASCO Roofing. My roof, my brother's roof, my sister's roof, NASCO. They get it. 412-373-2000, NASCO. 412-373-2000.
Are you turning 65 and have questions about Medicare? Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. You may also qualify for a monthly credit toward your Part B premium. Call Aetna today at 1-888-76-AETNA to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our D-SNPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
One of my favorite leaders, and he's a true leader, is the mayor of Washington, PA, Jojo Burgess. I'm reading his memo from June 3rd of 24, so 2 years ago, pretty much. Over the past weekend, we learned that the merger between UPMC and Washington Health Systems was finalized and is official. This merger ensures that more than 250,000 residents, not only in southwestern PA, but in the tri-state area, have quality health care for the future. And after extensive talks with UPMC and Washington Health Systems, the jobs of all the workers at the Washington Health System have been protected. And they will be represented. This is where it gets interesting. and he's right about this. During the process, I was accused of not supporting workers, and in fact, working against the wishes of the workers at Washington Health Systems. This is a baseless claim made due to my willingness to do what's best for not only the community, but also being steadfast in the fact that the workers will always come first. Love this man. My man has courage. He's a fighter. And he saved that damn hospital. Jojo, how are you, sir?
Hey, Marty, how you doing, man?
My man, that letter. Man, they were blaming you for all this crap. All of it. And you saved those jobs, sir. How did you do it? How did you stay in the game?
I took the interest of the workers, my community, over selfish claims from somebody trying to make a name. That's the way I feel about it. I mean, let's say what it really was.
And as a result, how many employees are there at that wonderful facility today?
I don't have an exact count, but I know they have not lost one because of the merger.
Wow.
Also, I'm going to go a step further than that because I pride myself in making sure that I'm a strong union person and standing up for workers. I was told by certain people that Washington Health Systems would never get a contract with UPMC. Well, January of last year, of 25, at 11 o'clock at night, I got a call from the committee saying, we need this, and we can get this deal done. I called President Brooke Ford, said, hey, can you help us out here and give these to the workers?
Wow.
And that deal was done.
Wow.
Those people that were from that other organization that said we would not get a contract, those so-called leaders, which I will call them, didn't even know the names of the people on that committee because they did not get what they wanted from breaking up this merger. But they weren't the one that was called at 11 o'clock at night to say, hey, we need to get this done. It was me, and I'm the one that got it done. And I always take pride in doing that. I never like to get accolades for anything that I've done. But I'm going to stand on business with this one and say, I did for your people what you didn't want done because you had selfish intent.
Well, Jojo, they had a gripe with Gainey, and they were aligned with Gainey, the mayor of Pittsburgh, and they hate UPMC. They would rather have you lost all those jobs there over spite. Yes, sir? That's accurate, isn't it, sir?
I'm not going to say what their intentions were, but I'll tell you what I told them. Pittsburgh's fight is not my fight. I have a different demographic that I have to argue for. And I'm going to step even further. Me and Ed Gainey talked about this merger. And this is what was said by Ed and by me. We both have our communities to run. Our problems are different. We support each other either way we have to go about it. And that is what I left Ed Gainey with. He wasn't telling me, hey, no, don't do this because it's UPMC. He says, hey, we brothers. We will work together to do what's best for our community, and I support you in anything you got to do. So I'm not going to make it about an Ed Gainey thing either because it was one person in particular that was driving his train, and I'm not going to, get into that fight because it affected me even on a personal level because even some of my steelworker leaders called me into question because I made this person mad.
Wow.
And I was like, hey, look, all my stuff is documented. I'll be fine, but I'm going to continue on doing what's right for the people.
And look what you have today, sir. A thriving hospital, sir.
Not only a thriving hospital, let's talk about thriving services for rural Pennsylvania. I know we're called the city of Washington. This hospital services rural Pennsylvania, Washington County, Greene County, Allegheny County, some of it.
Sure.
And not only that, the tri-state area, because we got Ohio and West Virginia that go to this hospital. And they don't have to drive into the city of Pittsburgh to get that care. It's right here, right at our fingertips, right here where they said it would be, right doing what they said they would do, being able to have health care right here in Washington being the hub of that health care.
And the fact is, if that hospital goes away, Washington VA suffers horribly, does it not?
Not only Washington VA. I mean, I know we're focused on the city of Washington because I'm the mayor.
Yes, sir.
If this hospital goes away, the tri-state area, that part of West Virginia, Ohio, as far as Steubenville, you got Wheeling, You got Washington,
True.
Green,
True.
all that stuff. Where do we go? How do we try to take care of that? Because one of the other competitors in town is WVU, but you still got to go to Morgantown. It's just like driving to Pittsburgh.
Silas Russell with SEIU would have rather seen you fail, would he not have, sir? But you won, didn't you, sir? What did you tell him?
I'm not going to throw any names out there. If anybody that the individuals that have gripes with me, they know how I feel because I told it to them. But they all know that any selfish intent was not going to be used to get this hospital deal done. It was going to be what was done best for the people.
Nice. You got to be proud, sir.
I am very proud. And here's the thing. I don't have to name anyone because I don't got to throw daggers, Marty.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I did win.
You did.
Period. And they know what happened. They know how it went down. They know what happened after it was all done and how their workers were still, even though I had a gripe with them, their workers was taken care of at the table whenever I got involved.
Hell yeah. And are still being taken care of, sir.
Absolutely.
Jojo Burgess, my man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Marty.
Badass. Badass. Same with Nippon Steel. Badass. Save those jobs. Save Nippon Steel. He's a hell of a man. And my thing about him is he gives a damn. And he really did. He said, I don't care about SEIU. I care about the people here. And we're saving these jobs. And he did. And he should be proud. He really should.
You've probably seen it on local real estate shows or in the classifieds. A home is for sale, and the listing boasts about having a petite bathroom or a petite kitchen. Hi, this is Barry and Steve Ehrenrich.
It's gratifying and most humbling to know that long ago the Petite brand became a status symbol in Western Pennsylvania. Whether you prefer a traditional or very contemporary design, upgrading your kitchen or bathroom the Petite way adds value and makes your home more desirable.
For over 50 years, we've helped thousands of satisfied customers make their kitchen or bathroom dreams come true. We invite you to visit our showroom at Petite Kitchen and Bath Design Center or call us at 412-279-2222.
You'll see great ways to create the kitchen or bathroom that fits your taste, your lifestyle, and your pocketbook.
Haven't you waited long enough?
PA 625.
Water can get in, that's bad business. ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh going to get in and fix it for you. Water can get through your roof, your windows, even your basement, and once it does, it spreads quickly. That's terrible. When water gets in, ServiceMaster Greater Pittsburgh, they get to work. Demand that yellow van. 412-RECOVER. That's the number. That's 412-RECOVER. The best call to make in the worst situation.
Man, the yellow van. Call ServiceMaster.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
From the Aetna Medicare studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Mostly sunny and 76 degrees at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Paul Alexander. Plans to convert the former FOP headquarters into a halfway house have been withdrawn. We have more from News Radio KDK's David Colorado.
On Facebook, Kim Solonetro's district announced that Dismas Charities has withdrawn its application to convert the Banksville Road building into a custodial care home. The decision may have been anticlimactic after the Planning Commission voted in early May against the plans. The proposed center, which would have housed 100 federal inmates, met with stiff opposition from community groups as well. They raised concerns about the safety of students at nearby Banksville Elementary in the event someone should escape. David Colorado, News Radio, KDKA.
State Representative Mandy Steele's House Bill 1814, a bill aimed at implementing a bell-to-bell restriction on student cell phone possession and use during the school day, will be voted on in the State House today. She tells Marty Griffin on KDKA that while her bill does have support from both sides of the aisle, this will not be a unanimous vote today.
So if you are willing and able to make a phone call to your state representative, I would ask that you please do that if you support this, if you see that this is obviously something that we need to do to protect children.
Steele emphasizes that students face a severe mental health crisis, lower test scores, and rising rates of depression linked to unfettered smartphone access. Joe Negri has died at the age of 99. Negri, known for his work as handyman on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and for his music segments on the classic PBS show. He was also taught jazz guitar at local universities like Pitt, Duquesne, and Carnegie Mellon. One of the cast members of that show was David Newell, who played Mr. McFeely. He described Negri as a good friend.
Yes, he was. I've known him for over 50 years. We started together on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in 1967. And he was as kind. He reminded me so much of Fred Rogers with his kindness. And Joe, as you know, was an extraordinary musician.
Negri was just days away, 11 in fact, from his 100th birthday. Police in Bethel Park are dealing with an unusual situation. Officers responded to Drake Road for reports of foul play when a chicken was found in the center lane blocking traffic. Apparently indecisive as to whether or not to cross the road, officers joked on Facebook. After an hilarious series of events, a short-foot pursuit, the bird was taken to the Bethel Park Police Station. Police say if you're missing a chicken, you can call the police at 412-833-2000. The chicken was just trying to get to the other side. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 167 points, the Nasdaq up 90, the S&P 500 up 9 points. KDK Radio News Time, 1:32. Our next update at 2 o'clock. I'm Paul Alexander, the voice of Pittsburgh. News Radio, KDKA.
It's Marty. I'm here with Harold Shepley. I'll tell you why I reached out to him and how we met. I noticed that you help people. It's kind of your instinct, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel called. I feel that helping people with their finances is my calling in life.
And check this out. You were bankrupt once.
I did. I've lived through this. I've walked through it, and I got treated like absolute garbage, and I felt that no one else should ever have to feel that bad ever again.
Folks, this is the real deal. ShepleyLaw.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
For the rest of today, sunshine will give way to some clouds, our high 75, then partly cloudy tonight, though 54. Pleasant tomorrow with more sun than clouds, high 75. Wednesday, mostly sunny, the high 78. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Selling your home shouldn't be stressful or take months to do. At Home Buyers of Pittsburgh, you skip the showings and repairs and get right to the closing table. For a quick, fair cash offer, visit homebuyersoftpittsburgh.com or call 412-500-9057. That's 412-500-9057.
The birds are singing, the flowers are in bloom, the sun is shining. What more can we ask for? Maybe to feel great and be the best version of ourselves. This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. Isn't it time to take care of ourselves now? We put it off during the cold, dark, dreary days of winter, but it's time now. Get rid of that extra weight, which affects our movement, our physical health, and yes, affects our mental and emotional health. Have more self-confidence and self-esteem. Be happy, be healthy, be alive. Call me at 1-800-900-THIN.
Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States. So when it comes to your heart, there's no room for compromise. At UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute, innovation, technology, and world-class expertise come together to treat the most complex heart cases, redefining what's possible for patients who need it most. Getting your heart checked can save your life. Schedule your appointment with the region's leader at upmc.com/heart.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Luke, you there?
Yeah, how's it going? Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure, man. Luke, tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I'm Luke Lister. I'm a Pitt student, and I'm a part of the show Next Take, which is like a college-run show that's between 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., I believe. And yeah, it's a pretty fun show. Just me and college kids just talking about politics the best we can.
Come on, man. Both my girls are at Pitt. Both of them are in sororities, and they love Pitt. Both of them are 4.0 students, so they're not dummies. Luke, if I'm lying, I'm dying. One of the girls in the sorority, my daughter was all mad about this, did not know the name of the vice president of the United States.
Of the United States?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hold on. This is why I love this kid. Why does it make sense?
Well, I don't think people at Pitt or my generation are that into politics as much.
Yeah, that's a problem, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is it a problem?
But,
why should you care? It's your age.
Well, we are the ones voting, and we are the generation that everyone talks about and mattering in elections, and I don't think our generation really cares anymore.
I've noticed this. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions about Pitt. What year are you, by the way?
I will be a senior.
Oh, cool. Where do you live? Are you on campus or on?
No, I'm off campus right now. I live in Brownsville, Pennsylvania. So
no, but you're living off campus?
Yeah, off campus.
In one of those dumps.
Yeah.
Right?
I live South Oakland.
Yeah,
so.
one of those dumps.
Yeah, it's nice for what it is.
Hold on. This is why I love you. Because I have this debate with my daughter. So my daughter's in a sorority. They all live in this idiotic, gross house that has mice. I'm not lying, Luke. It's 100 years old. It's a beat-up old house. And we looked up the value on Zillow. Patrick, take a guess. On this beat-up old house.
What, 400, 500,000?
$1 million, Luke.
Oh, my God.
Luke.
Yeah.
It's a joke. There's no standard, really, is there, brother?
No, there isn't. I mean, Pitt recently, like, students made, like, this rate your landlord thing.
Yes.
A lot of time. So we've been getting better at fighting the landlords in a lot of ways, I think.
What do you pay a month?
A month, $625. With utilities counting. So
how many people are you living with?
I live with 2 other guys.
So my daughter is with like 10 other girls, and they all pay like $900 a month. It's a cash cow, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little steep. I'm a little far away from campus, but $625 is, I would say, kind of reasonable. But I do have to work for it. But it is nice.
I grew up in Pittsburgh. I went to Central Catholic, and I've always loved Pitt. And I know we're all over the map here, but it's your first visit. We'll kind of focus more the next time. You got to admit this. Pitt got 75,000 applications last year, brother. It's now one of the hottest schools in the country. Why? Tell me why.
Well, I would say it's the medical progress, and a lot of people think Pitt is like the best STEM school to go to.
Sure.
And for me as a rural student, I mean, all the Penn State branches are closing. There's like a big gap of, people wanting to rush in. So I do think it's that. And also, like, the administration wants more Pitt students in because they're losing funding. So they kind of want to get more money. So it's kind of a nice solution.
I'm gonna give you a math equation. When I was at Central Catholic, 1,100 on your boards got you into Pitt. 1,100. My man, Luke, today, that gets you into Pitt Johnstown. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What do you need to get? Because I think it's around, and this is a hell of a score. I think to get into main campus at Pitt today, and they admitted 5,000 students of 75,000 applications. I think you need 1,300. Is that accurate?
I would say that is definitely accurate. I was a COVID kid, so I had to take the SATs, and my GPA was good enough. I actually applied to Pitt 3 separate times.
Whoa.
Because I didn't, yeah. And I got in all the times because I went to 2 different other schools.
Where?
Where? I went to IUP my freshman year.
Nice.
And then I went to Penn West my second year.
I went to IUP my freshman year.
Yeah, IUP is pretty nice a little bit.
Like, why are you there? What's your major?
I'm English writing.
Wow. What the boss? You know PJ Kamancic, the boss here?
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
Oh, he's really nice.
You sure?
I think he's like a true Pittsburgh person too, so I really appreciate
He's kind of a yinzer.
Yeah.
Kind of a basic guy. Is that what you're saying? Are you saying he's not that smart, Luke?
No, I don't think. I think yinzers are very smart.
Luke. We love him. But my point is about Pitt, and you nailed it, brother. So now you need 1,300 on the college boards to get into Pitt. When I was at Central Catholic, 1,300 got you into Carnegie Mellon. Not anymore, brother. No way. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
There are a lot of kids with perfect scores and perfect grade points that don't get into Carnegie Mellon, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do your friends and your family outside of Pittsburgh realize the academic standing of Pitt, how it's improved so much?
Yeah, I think it's definitely there. I mean, it's like what Pitt is like the new Ivy League school.
Yes,
in a lot
I heard
of ways.
this. I heard this, Luke.
I think sometimes as a student, it kind of is hard to fathom because sometimes
You're on
as
campus.
students, we always like to complain.
So true. I did the same thing. And they complain about the food, right? Food sucks. How is the food? How is the food?
It's all right. I've had worse. As someone who's went to IUP, it's, all colleges are kind of the same
Right
in
on.
food levels.
It's slop. I'm telling you, my man, I love the campus. I love the environment. And I love the price. My kids were looking at private schools that are $85,000, $90,000 a year. You know what I'm saying, Luke? You can't pay that.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
No.
Right?
No, it's ridiculous.
In terms of Pitt, what happens after school? What do you want to be?
I don't really know yet so far. I've always thought about law school. I'm pretty nailing that. But
the fallback, Luke.
yeah, that is like the actual fallback. For
Hell
so
yeah,
many
it is, man.
people.
The $100,000 a year fallback.
Yeah.
And how do I know this?
But-
Because my daughter's doing this to me, Luke. She wants to go to law school.
Oh, yeah.
It's a hell of a career. It's a hell of a school. It's a hell of a campus. And you have lifelong friends from Pitt?
Oh, yeah. I have a lot of buddies, and it's a lot of fun.
Hey, are you politically active?
I would say I'm definitely more politically active than everyone in my area. So, yeah, I'm pretty involved.
What do you think about the wokeness on campus? Does that exist, or is that a cliche?
I mean, I guess for me and my generation, I don't think it's a wokeness. I think on the outside looking in, it kind of depends on your definition of what
Right on.
woke is.
Right on.
But I just feel like it's kind of a normal environment. Obviously, college kids are going to be more left-leaning.
Liberal.
But there is Yeah,
I'm glad you see this. That's very astute.
Yeah.
Very astute.
There's still a very right population in campus, but it's not as abrasive as people think it is.
On a sad note, my daughter used to send me videos when Charlie Kirk came to campus.
Yeah.
So you get those activists there, and I remember when he was there and how folks were worried about his safety. This is the climate we're in now, isn't it, Luke?
Oh yeah, it's not the best. I sometimes wish that the spots where these people go at isn't right by the cathedral, because I feel like it can be annoying sometimes. Yeah. There was an abortion rally that was really big.
Yep.
That happened, and it was right on campus, and it's kind of borderline harassing people sometimes.
It is.
When they're going.
My daughter has said this. My daughter has said this, that they harass them as they go past.
Yeah, it's not a good spot to be at. These college kids are just trying to go to class, and you're just yelling at them.
Are you taking the LSATs?
Not yet, but I have been slowly deciding to study for them. So.
Well, man, you better get on it, Luke. They're hard, man.
I know. That's what I've heard.
Had you thought about being a talk host? Because I'm told you have a gift.
I mean, yeah, it's nice to hear that I have a gift, but I guess I'm very open to anything. So
I'm not seeing
nice
it.
to hear.
I'm not seeing it so far this morning. Are you, Patrick? Are you seeing a gift from Luke?
There's potential. We'll put it that way. There's potential.
Luke, had you heard that I was a pain in the ass, Luke? Have you heard this?
No, I haven't, but that's okay if you are.
My man, it's a pleasure, my man. We'll be talking to you again.
Yep, perfect. Thank you.
All right, Luke Lister. Really good kid.
Listen to KDKA Radio on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, or TuneIn apps.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 20% and get financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
When you call yourself the voice of Pittsburgh, you have to know when to not talk. Sometimes you just need to be the ears of Pittsburgh. Just listen. Listen to what you have to say. These are complicated and uncertain times. But when you need us, we're here for you. And we're listening. A trusted source that you can count on to be here. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
I'm with Joe Potocznik, JP Roofing and Siding, with an exciting opportunity.
Normally, Larry, we offer $500 off any complete roofing and siding replacements. For our spring promotion, we're offering an additional $500 off.
Joe, that's $1,000.
That's right, Larry.
You better call today. The roofing experts, JP Roofing and Siding, 412-829-7711, 412-829-7711. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Larry.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. Burgo Capital has entered the Louisville, Kentucky market with the acquisition of The Views at Crescent Hill. Financial terms of the deal were not disclosed. Burgo, based on Pittsburgh North Side, was founded in 2012. The vertically integrated real estate and private equity firm is focused on affordable multifamily housing in cities in America's heartland, including Buffalo, Cleveland, and Cincinnati, as well as Pittsburgh. Also, a Goodlander Cocktail Brewery announced it will close its taproom doors in June. The business first opened at 6614 Hamilton Avenue in 2021 and offered a variety of craft cocktails and spirits. After nearly 5 years in the East End, Goodlander announced on social media the taproom's last day will be Saturday, June 6th. The announcement also states that this is not goodbye, it's a see you later, and that it will share the next steps once they close this version of Goodlander and begin the next one. When reached, a representative for Goodlander declined further comment, but reiterated that the business would evolve into a new iteration after the taproom closed. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com.
It's Marty Griffin on the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
Got a great text from Pony, Andrew Filipponi, a savant. I'm serious. Probably top 5 best sports guys in America. I'm not kidding. Sports talk. And he's a hell of a father and a hell of a husband. And his daughter he has this beautiful little daughter. Is she almost 3? And she had minor surgery, as kids do. And this is actually so cute. He sent me this note. He sent me this beautiful picture of his daughter with this massive milkshake from Sarah's. Aw. And like, you know those little cookies they put in the shake, Patrick? And she has one of those cookies, and she has like whipped cream on her face. And in the note, in the text, Pony said, my daughter had minor surgery today. She's fine. Listen to this, though. This is marketing. She screened in the recovery room for vanilla milkshake from Sarah's. How about that? Huh?
Oh, how
about
cute
that,
is that,
man? It had to be from Sarah's, she said. What awesome people there. Now, that is a testament to greatness. Having known Billy Saris and the Saris family for at least 25 years now, I completely get it. It's a fascinating family and a fascinating business. And it's ironic that the Pony would go there today. They're opening up they've been building this insanely cool, insanely beautiful new factory, kind of close to the old one, kind of sort of, for about 2 to 3 years. It has robotics in it, and it's amazing. But here's the beauty of Billy Saris and his genius. He had it not look sterile. He added this really cool room that's absolutely beautiful, that has this Disney vibe. And there's something about that family and that chocolate that feels like home. I remember when my mother was alive, it's one of the things she really wanted to do. And that is tour Saris. And she did and loved it. And the thing about it is they're all family down there. And they treat everyone like family. And so what happens is, my mother and my sister Barb, both of them have passed, God bless them, they were obsessed with Saris. I would call, there he is on the phone, Billy Saris. I would call Billy Saris on the phone and ask him to ask his people to put the biggest basket of chocolate they ever saw together for my sister Barb. And Billy's people would hand deliver it to my sister's house as she was battling pancreatic cancer. And it made her day. Billy, good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Hey, Marty. How are you?
My man, you're headed up on another big adventure, are you not, sir?
Yeah, we sure are. It's crazy.
The beauty is, man, you have it looking, it has that kind of Wonderland vibe to it, like it's an adventure, like it's in a dream. Did you plan that, sir?
You know, we hope that's probably how it would end up. Surprisingly, we're open for tours beginning in July, and the whole month of July has already been booked.
I love it, man. Who's giving the tours, buddy?
We have people there to tour you through, yeah. So,
and this is your vision. More than anything else, you like to make people smile, don't you, sir?
You know what? I was so excited. We had an employee day on Saturday where all our employees were invited for the day to come in, bring their families, and they were first to come in when we opened the place up. Aww. So we did that, and then basically the store is open as a soft opening. Ribbon cutting is going to be July 1st.
That's beautiful.
And all the tours begin on July 6th.
That's beautiful. So Andrew Filipponi, probably the best sports talk host in America at the Fan. His daughter had minor surgery this morning. She wakes up in the recovery room, Billy, screaming for a vanilla shake from Sarah's. I swear she did. And he brought her there, and she's eating it right now, and you made her day there. You love that kind of stuff, don't you, Billy?
I do. I like to hear that stuff. Good stuff is fantastic, you know, and that's what we try to do. We're here. We make people happy. We do the same for our employees. You know, we welcome everybody. It's still a lot of fun.
Oh, I can tell. You're a brilliant man with a big heart, my man. Deadly combo. Thanks, Billy Saris.
All right, Marty. You take care. Thanks.
Oh, man. Over the years, he has given us to give away approximately $500,000 worth of chocolate. I am not kidding. He's an amazing man. And I wanted to grab him because they're about to open up this magnificent, has this Disney vibe to it. And we're going to go down there and shoot a live video and show it to you firsthand. But I love the story from Pony. Ice cream and chocolate is magic to people. My sister, when she was dying from pancreatic cancer, I swear, I had the biggest basket of chocolate ever delivered to her house. And my sis, who was sick as hell from pancreatic cancer, sent me a video with her rolling around on the floor in Sarah's candy. If I'm lying, I'm dying. God bless the Sarah's family.
Every Tuesday morning at 7:20, listen for Inside Independence Health, a look at all things healthcare with the experts from Independence Health System. It's brought to you by Independence